Alright, how are we doing, everybody? The Phillies and the Marlins getting ready for the finale of their 4-game series. Welcome into the stream. I am your host, Jaden Harper. Again, the Phillies and the Marlins wrapping up their series today. Finale of the 4-game series. Let's look at the lineup for the Marlins first. Jazz Chisholm in the leadoff spot in center field. Otto Lopez playing second. Brian De La Cruz on left. Josh Bell, the designated hitter, batting fourth. Jake Berger batting fifth. He's the first baseman. Dane Myers batting sixth. Tim Anderson seventh. Emmanuel Rivera eighth. And Ali Sanchez ninth. Pitching today is Yadi Chirinos. Ranger Suarez is ready for the Phillies, and the first pitch of the game to Chisholm is high for a ball, and we are underway. It is 1-0 to Jazz Chisholm. 260 on the season for Chisholm. Comes the 1-0 pitch, is fouled away back, and it's 1-1. Chisholm with 10 home runs, 38 RBIs, had an RBI yesterday in the Marlins comfort behind win against the Phillies, winning 3-2 with the third game of the series. 1-1 pitch is a ground ball to stop, fielded cleanly over to first in time. That's the first out of the game. Ground out. And I'll bring up Otto Lopez for Miami. Lopez in the 2-hole today. The last couple games he was batting lower in the order. First pitch is outside for a ball. It's 1-0. Sinker at 90 miles an hour. Lopez batting a 258 on the season, a 644 OPS. As here comes the 1-0 pitch. It is smacked foul, and it's 1-1. Lopez 3 home runs, 19 RBIs on the season. Batting a 358 slugging percentage, 286 on base, a 258 average. Here comes the 1-1 pitch to Lopez. Is outside for a ball, and it's 2-1 now to Otto Lopez, the Marlins 2-hole hitter. Today he's playing second base for Miami. Suarez is ready. The 2-1 pitch to Lopez is back towards third. Boom, fields it cleanly over to first in time to get him. There's 2 away. 2 ground outs so far for Miami. A very solid outing so far for Ranger. 2 ground outs. That'll bring up Brian De La Cruz. 239 on the season, a 705 OPS. He had the big hit on Thursday, which drove in 3, a bases clearing double, which tied the game for the Marlins. They ended up winning that game 7-4. The first pitch to De La Cruz is fouled away, and it's 0-1. Another sinker for Ranger so far. Very sinker heavy today is Ranger. De La Cruz has 14 home runs, 39 RBIs, a 417 slugging percentage. As here comes the 0-1 pitch. Is in there for a strike, and it's 0-2. Ranger looking for his first strikeout of the day, a 1-2-3 inning to start off this game. The pitch is in the dirt, and it's low, a curveball, 72 miles an hour, and it's 1-2. And this is Ranger's second start of the season against the Marlins. His first start, he went 7 shutout innings. The pitch is low. It's a ball, and it's 2-2. With 7 shutout innings in the Phillies win in Miami. That was on May 10th. This is his second start against Miami. In his career against Miami, it's a 2.89 ERA. This is his 9th career start. The pitch is grounded past Stott, and it's going to get into the gap. De La Cruz is going to stay at first. So it's a 2-out single for Brian De La Cruz. Got right past the glove of Stott. Was able to trickle into the outfield. Stott was able to pick it off the ground. It was deep enough where De La Cruz could have potentially made it to second base in time, but it's a ground ball. It's single. And I'll put it runner on for Miami with 2 outs here in the top of the first. They'll bring up Josh Bell. The pitch to Bell is grounded down the third baseline. It's a fair ball. It's going to get all the way into the corner, into the wall. De La Cruz rounding third. He's coming to the plate. The throw by Turner to the plate is not in time, and the ball gets away from Marchand. So it'll be a double plus an advance on a wild throw. De La Cruz scores, and it's 1-0 Miami just like that. Got right past Bohm. Right off of the tip. De La Cruz was hustling with 2 outs. He knew he was going to score. And just like that already, it's 1-0. Yeah, it'll be a double for Josh Bell. Here comes Berger. The pitch is a ground ball weakly to third. Boom, over to first. In time to get him, and the inning is over. Great play by Alec Bohm to retire the side. The Marlins get a run as we go to the bottom of the first inning. It's 1-0 Miami. A tough inning for Ranger after the first 2 groundouts. De La Cruz got a single right past Stott's glove. Right past Bohm's glove was a Bell double. He ended up on third. It was a big play at first there. He could easily have been safe, but it would have been 2-0 Miami going into the bottom of the first inning. But it's not exactly ideal for the Phillies. So they have been struggling to get runners on here and score runs. Obviously, they took game 2 of the series on Friday night by a score of 2-0. They complete game shutout by Christopher Sanchez. But the problem is that even though they had a complete game shutout, they've still been outscored in this series by the Marlins. So usually when you have a complete game shutout like he did, you're not going to get outscored in a series, but that's what's happened for the Phillies here. And it's just been a struggle so far in this series for the Phillies to get runners on base, and get runs across, which is obviously not ideal where you're trying to win games. But for the Phillies, their lineup today, Bryson Stott's the leadoff hitter. He's playing second base. Trey Turner, the birthday boy, is batting second. He's playing shortstop. Alec Bohm is over at third. He's batting third. Brandon Marsh is in center field. He's the 4th hitter in the lineup. Castellanos is batting 5th in right field. Cody Clemens at first base is batting 6th, with Merrifield, unfortunately, is in the lineup batting 7th and playing left field. Batting 8th is a designated hitter, David Dahl, and batting 9th is the Phillies catcher, Rafael Marchand, against Yanni Chirinos, who in his 2 starts so far with Miami has been absolutely incredible, has gone plus 5 and 2/3 innings at both of them, and he has pitched to around a 2.8 ERA, which has been big for Miami. Already 1-0. As we get ready for the bottom of the first pitch is in there for a strike against Stott, and it's 0-1. Stott 5 home runs, 38 RBIs on the season, a 244 average. The pitch from Chirinos to Stott is in there for a strike, and it's 0-2. Bryson Stott's one of the best hitters with 2 strikes, but it seems like more and more he's been getting 2 strike counts. So we'll see if he could do something here. The 0-2 pitch is high for a ball, 4-seam fastball, 91 miles an hour above the letters, and it's 1-2 now. Chirinos, a fast-working pitcher. 1-2 pitch to Stott is popped up into left center. Chisholm is there, and it's first out. They'll bring up Trey Turner. Last year hit a home run against Yanni Chirinos during his time in Tampa Bay. The Phillies saw him during the Phillies sweep of the Rays. Turner hit a home run off of him. That was on July 5th of last year. So now Trey Turner coming up to bat on his birthday. Let's see if he can do something here. The first pitch to Turner is in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Turner batting at .324 this season. He's been pretty solid since returning from injury. He has a plus 800 OPS. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Is outside for a ball, and it's 1-1. Thank you, everyone, for watching so far. Make sure to like and subscribe while you're here. We're on the road to 100 subscribers. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. The 1-1 pitch to Turner is swung on and missed, and it's 1-2. Sinker at 93 miles an hour by Chirinos. Chirinos pretty solid so far through 2 hitters. Turner's 2 for 2 against Chirinos in his career with 2 home runs, a home run and an RBI. The pitch now is a ground ball, and it's a base hit for Trey Turner. You could tell you he's now 3 for 3. And a base hit for the birthday boy. It'll put the Phillies runner on, and it'll bring up Alec Bohm. His 2 RBIs, 1 RBI yesterday, another RBI on Thursday. Leads the Phillies with 66 RBIs on the season. Chirinos with 2.70 ERA, 11 strikeouts to 3 walks in 10 innings this season. This is his 3rd start of the season for Miami. He was in the minor leagues before it. Here comes the first pitch to Alec Bohm. It is driven into the gap, and it is gone! A home run for Alec Bohm, and it's 2-1 Phillies just like that. A line drive home run for Alec Bohm, and the Phillies offense is coming alive. It's 2-0 here at the bottom of the 1st inning. A much needed home run for the Phillies. And it's already 2-1 just like that. We're struggling to score runs until now. Alec Bohm into deep left center field. De La Cruz did not even move. And it is 2-1 Phillies in the bottom of the 1st inning. As here comes Marsh. The pitch is in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Now, Alec Bohm leads the National League in RBIs with 68. Second on the team is Bryce Harper with 58. He's obviously on the injured list. The 0-1 pitch to Marsh is in there for a strike, and it's 0-2. 2 borderline pitches. I don't think Marsh likes it. He's talking to the home plate umpire right now. It also could be about eye contact when it comes to Marsh and Chirinos here with the pitch clock. Home plate umpire tonight is Nick Lentz. Crew chief Lance Barksdale is over at second base. So here comes the 0-2 pitch to from Chirinos to Brandon Marsh. It is fouled away, and we'll do it again, another 0-2. It's a great start already for the Phils. You obviously want to get off to a hot start. Offense has been struggling recently without Schwarber and Harper. So here comes the 0-2 pitch to Marsh. It's swung on and missed strike 3. There's 2 away now. Chirinos his first strikeout and bring up Nick Castellanos. Had a single yesterday. Has done well against the Marlins in his career. Looking to add on for the Phillies here and extend the inning. Cody Clemens is on deck. He's the first baseman. Chirinos is ready. 13 pitches so far. Here comes pitch number 14 to Castellanos. Is in there. A slider for strike 1, and it's 0-1 to Castellanos. 223 of the season for Nick. 11 home runs, 39 RBIs, 376 slugging percentage, 282 on base percentage. Pitch to Castellanos is grabbed up the middle. It's a base hit. Phillies offense starting to come alive. Nick Castellanos with a single. That'll extend the inning for Cody Clemens. Very well hit ball by Castellanos. Right, almost down the middle. I was able to put it right into center field, left center field for a single right through the hole of second and short. And it will bring up Cody Clemens. Snapped it 0-for-11 on the Major League roster. There's a ball into left, right. They're saying it got down. Myers was trying to think that the ball now gets away. So let's go through everything what's just happened here. It's a little crazy. So Myers thought that the ball, he caught it off the ground, but the ball obviously hit the ground. So that's a single. Castellanos was going to third. He was in between second and third. He got back. The ball got thrown away. So Castillo, let's look at this. Yeah, that ball hit the ground into Meyer's glove. So that's a single for Cody Clemens on the first pitch. Castellanos wasn't sure, so he got stuck in between second and third, but he got back. It was a bad throw, so Castellanos was almost straight out there. He got back into bad throw, so now there's 2 on with 2 away, and it'll bring up Whit Merrifield. It goes out as a single for Cody Clemens. The pitch to Merrifield is in there for a strike, and it's on a slider at 87 miles an hour. Merrifield batting a 193 on the season, 273 on base percentage, 289 slugging percentage. He's been struggling. Here comes the 0-1. Now to Whit Merrifield. Swung on and missed, and it's 0-2. 85-mile-an-hour slider by Chirinos. It would be Chirinos' 19th. This will be Chirinos' 19th pitch of the game. Phillies have the best record in all Major League Baseball after a loss. They're 21-7, a 750 winning percentage, which is better than the Dodgers, who are in second, Baltimore, who's in third, Atlanta, who's in fourth, and Cleveland, who's in fifth. And talking about the Orioles, I would be live for tonight's Rangers-Orioles game at 7 o'clock, so make sure to tune in for that. 0-2 pitch to Merrifield is low in the dirt. Sanchez blocks it. Nobody advances. It'll be 1-2. David Dahl, the Phillies' designated hitter, is on deck. Ball bounces right in front of home plate. Couple feet in front. So that'll be 1-2. Sanchez looks like he has something in his eye. Trying to get it out. He seems to be ready. Merrifield seems to be ready. Chirinos is ready. Into the windup. Here comes the pitch. High is 2-2 now to Merrifield. And Merrifield batting a 193. Gets his career right. Yeah, Chirinos. He's 2 for 6 with a home run RBI, and he walked. Obviously faced him during his time with the Blue Jays. Chirinos was with the Rays. So they have a little history together. The 2-2 pitch to Merrifield is in the dirt, and it's gone from 0-2 to 3-2, a full count. David Dahl on deck. Phillies trying to get the bases loaded here. Big pitch for everyone. Here comes the 3-2 pitch to Whit Merrifield. From Chirinos. Is inside to hit him. It's ball 4. Merrifield's in a little pain, but the bases are loaded. With 2 outs, and it will bring up David Dahl. So it'll go down as a hit by pitch, not a walk. It'll be a hit by pitch. As here comes the Marlins pitching coach. Just, hit him like on the backhand, the back elbow of Whit Merrifield. And it'll be a walk. Hit him on both elbows, both forearms. It'll be a walk, a hit by pitch. And it'll put the bases loaded with 2 outs, and it'll bring up David Dahl. Merrifield, the trainer, and Rob Topps are out to talk to him. He seems fine. So he's ready to go. Castellanos will be on third. Cody Clemens will be at second. Whit Merrifield will be on first. And with 2 outs, the Phillies have a rally going, and it will bring up David Dahl. First start of the series for Dahl. Merrifield still in a little discomfort. Something to monitor here. Potentially could be Rojas or Pache coming in. Comes the first pitch to Dahl. In there for a strike at its own 1. Dahl batting a 250 in a short time with the Phillies. The bases loaded in his career is 2 grand slams, a 333 average, and 18 at-bats. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Is outside for a ball to 21 to David Dahl. Chirinos already at 24 pitches. The Phillies working his pitch count so far. Here comes the 1-1 pitch to Dahl. Swung on and missed, and it's 1-2. It would be big here if the Phillies could get around here with the bases loaded. Obviously, stranded bases loaded on Thursday, their loss. Got to capitalize here with the bases loaded. Could be a backbreaker for Miami if they could come through here. 1-2 pitch to Dahl. Is inside, almost hit him. 94-mile-an-hour sinker, but it's 2-2. Rafael Marchand, the catcher, is on deck. In the hole is Bryson Stott, the leadoff hitter, here in the first inning. 2-2 pitch to Dahl is fouled away. We'll do it again. Another 2-2. Dahl fighting here. Try to get the Phillies some more runs. Already 2-1 Phillies here in the bottom of the first inning. It's been a long first inning here. The 2-2 pitch to Dahl is a ground ball over to first. Berger has it, flips it over to Torrijos, and barely in time he makes the play, and the inning is over. A big play. The Phillies might take a look at it. Yeah, they're on the phone here. They might take a look at that. That was bang, and they're going to say no. Let's look at this. Yeah. Dahl was hustling out of the box. All that is bang. That is as close as you could get. So they won't review it. The inning is over. But the Phillies get a run and get 2 runs on an Alec Boehm home run. But they do leave the bases loaded. We go to the top of the second inning in a 2-1 ball game. Already some fireworks here in this one. We 1 inning played, and we're already have 3 total runs. For the Marlins, Dane Myers will lead off. He was so close ending the inning on a sliding catch. Obviously, it doesn't matter now, but it could have been key if the Phillies were able to score a couple more runs. So we'll see what they could do here. So it will be Myers, Anderson, and Rivera leading the inning so far for the Marlins. Obviously, Boehm now in the lead for RBIs in the National League. It'll bring up, so Suarez try to work here, try to keep the Phillies lead. Phillies were able to get some runs on the board in the first innings. That's obviously big for them, considering how their offense has, well, the lack of offense from the Phillies in the last couple of games. First pitch is outside for a ball, and it's 1-0 to Dane Myers. 15 pitches so far for Ranger. This will be pitch number 16. Myers batting at .217 on the season for Miami. Next pitch is in there, fouled away, and it's 1-1. Myers today is the right fielder. He's already got some action. Has 1 home run, 10 RBIs. He came into pinch hit during Thursday's contest. Didn't really do much. Pitch is swung on and missed, and it's 1-2. So Ranger already given up a run in the first inning, but the Phillies have his back, score 2. Hopefully we could keep it there, and the Phillies get the win. Here comes the 1-2 pitch to Myers. It is a ground ball over to Turner. Over to first in time, and there's 1 away. Great play over there by Trey. Rangers' 4th ground down induced so far. Sinker heavy this season, 32% of the time. Curveball, fastball, changeup, and cutters are the other 4 pitches that he throws. His opponents really haven't been able to hit any of his pitches, but especially the curveball, the 4-seam, and the changeup. The cutter has been the most hittable. Opponents batting a .250 against it. First pitch is inside, and therefore a strike. And it's 0-1 to Tim Anderson, who's batting the 218. Has not hit a home run in years. It's been a long time since he's hit one out. As there's a fly ball into left, into right. Castellanos is there. There's 2-1. It'll break up Emmanuel Rivera, the former Arizona Diamondback. Obviously has some history here at Citizens Bank Park after last October. Was on the field with the Diamondbacks clinched the National League Championship over the Phillies in Game 7. Now with the Marlins here trying to extend the inning. 2 outs here at the top of the second. First pitch is outside for a ball, and it's 1-0 to Rivera. He's batting a 192 on the season. Now with the Marlins was with the Diamondbacks. Comes the 1-0 to Rivera. Is fouled away, and it's 1-1. Sinker at 90 miles an hour again. Suarez is really reliable on his sinker. Rivera hasn't hit a home run all season. Hopefully that does not change here. The pitch is in there for a strike. A curveball drops in there, and it's 1-2. Suarez trying to finish this inning, trying to get his first strikeout. He hasn't had a strikeout yet. Here comes the 1-2 pitch to Rivera. It is in the dirt for a ball. And it's 2-2. Rivera ready. Suarez ready. The 2-2 pitch is fouled away. On a cutter, will do it again. Another 2-2. Suarez already at 25 pitches in this one. There is a little precipitation in the forecast for today's game. So we'll see how much the Phillies will be able to get in here. Bryce Harper cooling headband. That's the promotional giveaway. And it is high for a ball. Ranger Suarez was walking off the mound. He's not happy. It's 3-2. That's another mistake by the umpires. That pitch is usually called a strike. That's in the strike zone. Folks. That should have been called strike 3. The batter's going to call a timeout. Ranger was walking off the mound. He was halfway to the dugout already. Marchand was walking off the mound. And here comes the 3-2 pitch. It is outside for ball 4. Obviously, the Phillies have reason to be upset. That happened to Zach Wheeler on Thursday. A pitch that should have been called strike 3 was called a ball, and then the Phillies collapsed and gave up runs, and they ended up losing the game. So a frustrating missed call by the umpire. Again, it's been a tough series for the umpires. So that pitch, oh yeah, that is a strike. Ranger was walking off the mound. Marchand was about to throw it around to third. Pitch to Sanchez is fouled away. Sanchez batting 250 on the season. Marchand almost threw it to third. In case the inning was over. Sanchez bagged 250, 357 on base percentage, 250 slugging. Here comes the 0-1 pitch from Ranger to Sanchez. It is a ground ball over to short. Turner is going to take it over to first in time, and the inning is over. So the Phillies might have, the Marlins almost caught a break, but the Phillies were able to avoid any damage. We go to the middle and the bottom of the second, and it's 2-1. Phillies still on top of the Marlins. 5 out of Rangers, 6 out so far today have been ground outs. So it's been, being able to get the balls on the ground so far. Only one of Rangers' outcomes have been in the air. That was Tim Anderson, a fly ball to Nick Castellanos. But besides that, all the balls have been on the ground, including the 2 hits. One by De La Cruz and one by Josh Bell. Plus 2-1 Phillies. It would be Marchand. His first at bat. That's top of the order already for the Phillies. We get a lot of people up to plate in the first inning. 8 people came up to hit against Chirinos. Phillies trying to knock down a win here. Also in Atlanta. So the Braves and the Pirates. Pirates up 4-2. 1 out away from getting a win over Atlanta, which would give the Phillies a 7.5 game lead in the division. If they win, it would be 8 games in the division. Hopefully the Pirates could knock that one down. Got a couple other games going on across Major League Baseball. The Red Sox lead the Padres early 2-0 in the bottom of the second. Yankees have the bases loaded in the top of the second and no outs against the Blue Jays. They're up 2-0, 3-0. The Rays are up 3-0 against the Nationals. That's at the bottom of the second. The Astros are up 1-0 against the OMG, the Grimace Mets. They're up 1-0. That's bottom of the second. Cubs, Brewers starting at 2:10. So are the Guardians, Royals, and the Rockies and the White Sox. Reds, Cardinals also all starting around 2:10, 2:15. Bring up Rafael Marchand. The first pitch is high for a ball, and it's 1-0. Marchand, the switcher, back 233. 2 home runs for RBIs. The 1-0 is outside for a ball, and it's 2-0. Obviously, there's rain right now here where I am. Expect to be some rain in Philadelphia soon. Next pitch is in there for a strike, and it's 2-1. Trinos is ready against Marchand. The 2-1 pitch is popped up. Anderson is under his first out. I'll bring up Bryce's start. He flew out to center in his first at-bat. He's 0-for-1. Start off the inning. Phillies are now the odds-on favorite to win this game, -600. And their offense is looking to do a little more damage here. Bryce's stop. Again, 0-1 pitch is outside for a ball, and it's 1-0. Here comes the 1-0 pitch from Chirinos to Bryce's stop. Is fouled away, and it's 1-1. Trey Turner on deck. He's at first. He had a single in his first at bat. And Alec Bohm is in the hole. He hit a 2-run home run. That's the reason why the Phillies have a 2-1 lead. That pitch is outside. It's 2-1 to stop. Comes the 2-1 pitch to Bryce's stop. Is in there for a strike, and it's 2-2. Trey Turner on deck. There's one out here in the bottom of the second inning. 2-1 Phillies. 2-2 pitch to stop is driven into center. Chisholm closes out and makes the catchers 2 away. And it will bring up Trey Turner, who had a single in his last at-bat. He is 1-of-1. And he scored a run on the home run by Alec Bohm. This is his 101st game against the Marlins. He's always had abundance of success against Miami, being in this NL East for most of his career. There's the ball, and it's 1-0. There's a strike, and it's 0-1, actually. He's been in the National League East for most of his career. This pitch is to Turner. It's a base hit. Another hit for Turner. He's now 4-for-4 against Chirinos. It'll bring up Alec Bohm. Turner now 4-for-4 against Chirinos, 2-for-2 today. He's having himself a day on his birthday, trying to help the Phillies get a split in this series before they go to Chicago. That series starts on Tuesday. Here comes the pitch to Alec Bohm. In there for a strike, and it's 0-1. A slider at 85 miles an hour. Bohm hit a home run in his last at-bat. He's 1-for-1. It was his 10th home run of the year. Now has his average back to 300. 68 RBIs for Bober. Voting starts today. He's trying to become the all-star third baseman for the National League. There is a base hit opposite field. Turner will stay at second. Ball almost gets away. There'll be runners on first and second with 2 outs for Brandon Marsh. Phillies in business early. There's back-to-back singles against Chirinos, and it will bring up Brandon Marsh, the cleanup hitter today, chase a drive-in RBIs and increase the Phillies' lead. Here comes the pitch to Marsh. High for a ball, and it's 1-0. Struck out in his first at-bat. Comes the 1-0 pitch from Chirinos to Brandon Marsh. He's outside for a ball, and it's 2-0. Chirinos already at 43 pitches here in the second inning, trying to work out of it. Phillies try to add on some more. 2-0 pitch is fouled away. And the count remains 2-1. Castellanos is on deck. 45th pitch of the game already for Yanni Chirinos. 2 runners on and 2 outs. 2-1 pitch is swung on and missed, and it's 2-2. Here comes the 2-2 pitch to Marsh. Is low, and it's 3-2. Castellanos is on deck. Phillies looking to do some damage here. Marsh, 327 average, 2 home runs, two doubles for his scoring position this season. 3-2 is in the dirt ball for the Phillies. Have the bases loaded for a second straight inning. Now they're looking to do something here. Don't want to strand them loaded again. I want to do it back-to-back innings. As there will be Turner on at third, Bohm on at second, and Marsh is on at first for Nick Castellanos. As Chirinos has a disengagement. 47 pitches so far for Yanni Chirinos. Pitch to Castellanos is outside for a ball, and it's 1-0. Castellanos is 1 for 1. Here comes the 1-0 pitch to Nick. It swung on and missed, and it's 1-1. Looked like Castellanos wanted that. Wanted to add on to the Phillies' lead in a big way. As here comes the 1-1 pitch to Nick Castellanos. Swung on and not caught. And it's now 1-2 to Castellanos. Runner, bases loaded. 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning. It's 2-1 Phillies. Alec Bohm hit a 2-run home run in the first to give the Phillies on the board. Now here comes Castellanos. 1-2 is the count. The 1-2 pitch to Castellanos is fly ball, shallow, and it's going to get down off the net, and it is foul. And we'll do another 1-2. 51 pitches so far for Chirinos. Already has his pitch count really high. The Phillies have been able to work it well here in the bottom, the first 2 innings of the game. Castellanos looking to add on. The 1-2 pitch to Nick is swung on and misses, strike 3. And the Phillies, for the second straight inning, strand the bases loaded as we go to the 3rd inning. It is 2-1 Phillies. Could easily be more. Phillies have the bases loaded last inning. Couldn't convert. Have them loaded this inning. Again, couldn't convert. But we go to the top of the 3rd. And the Phillies still have a 2-1 lead in this ball game. Obviously, the Phillies looking to cash in some more here when they have the bases loaded, when they have people on. That's just not the case so far today for the Phillies. And thank you everyone for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. I will be live later as the Orioles take on the Texas Rangers at 7:10 Eastern Time. So make sure to stay tuned for that here on Big Fan Sports. And obviously, I'll be here for post-game as well here on Big Fan Sports. So make sure to follow and stay along for both of those as we get ready to start here at the top of the 3rd inning. Phillies have a 2-1 lead. Could be a lot more, but the Phillies have not been able to cash in here. So hopefully the Phillies could do something here. And Rangers still locks them down. So the offense could get back to work against Chirinos. They've been seeing him well. So hopefully they can make something happen next inning and not strand the bases loaded again. Kyle Schwarber talking home plate umpire Nick Lentz. Schwarber is expected to be back in about 10 days, which is good. He was placed on 10-day IL on Friday after his injury on Thursday. So he's expected to be back by the 10-day minimum, which would be around July 9th against the Dodgers. So that's good for Schwarber and the Phillies. Obviously, you never want to see one of your star players go down with injury, but it's even better when you know they're going to return sooner than later. Obviously, we're also waiting on Bryce Harper to see how long he will be out for. Here we go. It's the top of the 3rd inning. It's 2-1 Phillies. First pitch to Chisholm is in there for a strike at its own 1. Chisholm is 0 for 1. He grounded out to second in his lone plate appearance. That was in the 1st inning. He had an RBI yesterday. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. It is a ground ball foul. It was B0-2. Suarez only had 31 pitches compared to Chirinos. It's pretty good. Chirinos is at 52 pitches through 2 innings. Suarez is at 31. Hopefully we'll be through 2 1/3 right here. It is outside for a ball, though, and it's 1-2. 92 miles an hour there. Base is empty. Top of the 3rd, no outs. The 1-2 pitch is inside, and it's 2-2. Otto Lopez on deck for Miami. See the gray clouds coming at us. This is Big Park. As Chisholm calls time. Obviously, the weather not looking great for the forecast today. We'll see what the Phillies are able to get out of Ranger Suarez and out of this game. We're about 2, 3, 4 innings away from this game being official. That ball is inside, and it's now 3-2. It's gone from 0-2 to 3-2. Here with Otto Lopez on deck. He's 0 for 1. Grounded out last time, but Chisholm ground ball over to first. Suarez bobbles it. A rare error from Ranger Suarez on the mound. That'll be a runner on first. I would be surprised if that is called a hit. Wouldn't be surprised if it's at E1 on Ranger. Very rare E1 on Ranger. But he is now on first. It was a likely hit ground ball. Chisholm does move fast. Ranger just would have been able to scoop it. And honestly, even if Ranger got there, I don't think he would have beaten out Chisholm. That would have been a bang play. It's a tough play for Ranger. He told Clemens to wait off because Clemens was going to come charging in. So it is an E1 on Ranger Suarez, and it'll bring up Otto Lopez. That ball is inside, and it's 1-0 to Lopez. He grounded out in his only plate appearance. to third base. That was in the first inning as well. Here comes the 1-0 to Lopez. Is a ground ball foul, and it's 1-1. 37 pitches so far for Ranger. Lopez batting 256 on the season now. 3 home runs, 19 RBIs, and 284 on base percentage. Top third, 2-1 Phillies. No out. Throw over to first is not in time. So the count is 1-1. Suarez has one more throw over on Chisholm. After that, I wouldn't be surprised to see Jazz Chisholm go. The 1-1 pitch from Ranger to Otto Lopez is a snagged by Turner. They're going to say he played it out of the air. There's one out. Line drive caught by Trey Turner. And there's one out here in the top of the third. What a play by Trey. A line drive. He was able to sneer it right off the ground. Today is Trey Turner's 31st birthday. This is his end of his fourth series right off the injured list. As here comes De La Cruz. He's 1 for 1 today. He scored the lone run for Miami. Throw down by Marchand is in time to get Chisholm. Chisholm ran, and it was gunned down by Rafael Marchand. What a throw down by Rafael Marchand. Man, he is one of the best throwing catchers I have seen in all of Major League Baseball. And they know Chisholm is out. He went for it, and Marchand has a rocket back there. What a throw. He did it on Thursday night as well. He does it again. Man, he throws it fast down there. As Chisholm is retired, and there's now 2 away. Here comes the 1-0 pitch to De La Cruz. Is fouled off of his, it looks like, ankle area, and it's 1-1. A curveball, 74 miles an hour. Man, Rafael Marchand behind the plate has been absolutely incredible for the Phillies. So here comes the 1-1 pitch from Ranger Suarez to De La Cruz. It's outside, and it's 2-1. Change up at 80 miles an hour. But man, a beauty of a throw, a beauty of a tag. Right in time by Stott. Chisholm thought he was safe, but he was not. 2-1 is fouled back, hit Marchand in the mask. That is 2-2. Ranger looking for what surprisingly would be his first strikeout already. He still hasn't recorded a strikeout yet in this game, which is surprising. For his first strikeout, whether it's here or later, would be his 100th for the season. Here comes the 2-2 to De La Cruz. Is fly ball into deep right field. Back is Castellanos at the track, and it is gone. A home run, a solo home run for Brian De La Cruz, and the game is tied up again. It is 2-2 Miami, and the Phillies are tied. De La Cruz an opposite field home run, his 15th of the season. And the game is back to square one. It's 2-2. Just a good swing, good power by Brian De La Cruz. He was able to power it out. It just kept going. Ranger Suarez knew it. There's the ball outside. It's 1-0 to Josh Bell. Suarez knew it. De La Cruz, he kind of knew it too. He's been doing damage to the Phillies in this series. Does a little more. Pitch to Bell, swung on a miss at 1-1. Now De La Cruz is 2 for 2 today. He scored the only 2 runs for Miami. Josh Bell had the RBI double, which got us 1-0 Miami in the first inning. Try to do some more here. Here comes the 1-1 pitch to Bell. Is fouled away, and it's 1-2. Bell has always done well against the Phillies. Ranger Suarez trying to limit him here. Would be big. That man, Josh Bell, has been a Phillies killer. Here comes the 1-2 pitch to Bell. Is down the line. Bohm snags him. What a play by Alec Bohm to end the inning. Ranging to his left. Was able to throw it over in time. And that ends the inning. What a play by Alec Bohm to retire him. One hop. Ranging into foul territory. Heaved it over to first. And it beat him by a couple steps in time. And the Phillies do not let Miami get any more besides the home run by De La Cruz. It's 2-2 as we go to the bottom of the third inning. It'll be Cody Clemens leading it off for the Phillies. Yeah, single it is only at that. Obviously, this is looking worse and worse for the Phillies considering they have stranded the bases loaded in both of the last 2 innings. They could have had a lot more off of Chirinos, but they have not been able to capitalize with the bases loaded. That hurt them against Miami on Thursday. It also hurt them yesterday. It almost hurt them on Friday if it wasn't for Christopher Sanchez. They were 0 for 10 on Friday with runners in scoring position. So that's been a big struggle for the Phillies this season, and really since the start of the month of June. They were first coming into the month with runners on, with batting average with runners on. They have not been able to do the same here. And, this has been it's been the worst month of the season for the Phillies. Obviously, that's saying a lot, even though they still have the best record in all of baseball. But this has been a tough month for the Phillies, and it hasn't gotten any better. So we'll see if they could get a win here to end their month. If they do win, they'll capitalize and they'll still have the best record in all of baseball through June. Which, when you think about how the Phillies started the season, they were 2-4. They got to 6-6, 8-8. Nobody probably would have thought that we're talking here end of June and the Phillies still have the best record in baseball, considering Bryce Harper's on the injured list, considering Kyle Schwarber's on the injured list, considering JT Realmuto's been out since the beginning of June, considering Trey Turner was out for most of May and half of June. So the Phillies have really been next man up this whole season. A guy who's been big for that is Cody Clemens as he comes to the plate here. Yesterday, I didn't get to really finish on him. Yesterday, he snapped an 0 for 11 major league streak. He's in the minors for a little bit, was on a rehab assignment after his back injury. So he's been with the major league team for a little bit now. It's 1-0 to Clemens, 1 for 1, singled in the first inning. 261 average on the season for Cody. As here comes the 1-0 pitch. Swung on and missed, and it's 1-1. De La Cruz obviously has done a lot of damage against the Phillies. Did some more there to make it 2-2. 2-2 is the score now. Here comes the 1-1 pitch to Clemens. Fly ball into center. Not deep. Chisholm coming in. He makes the catch. That's 1 away. And it will bring up Whit Merrifield. Obviously, Merrifield has not, has struggled throughout his season. Obviously, he has not been great, and I could easily see the Phillies trying to move on from him, potentially designated him for assignment by the time we do get to the trade deadline, which is a month from today. First pitch is in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. He's been very unproductive this year for the Phillies. That hasn't cost them, but it's not been, helpful for them, especially if all these guys out. Pitches 1-1. Him and Christian Pache. It's just the play right now has not been to a point where the Phillies should have them on their roster. Merrifield sit by pitch in the first inning. The 1-1 pitch to Merrifield swung on and missed, and it's 1-2. Feels like whenever Merrifield comes up to hit, there's a big hole in his bat. He's not able to really get anything going. So a tough season for Whit. We're at the bottom of the third inning. It's 2-2 is the score. 1-2 is the count to Whit Merrifield. With 1 out in the inning, the pitch is grounded foul on the third base line. It will do it again. Another 1-2. David Dahl on deck. He's the Phillies' designated hitter. The 1-2 to Merrifield is swung on and missed. In the dirt, strike 3. First 2 away. Trios is third. Strikeout of the game. That'll bring up David Dahl. He grounded out in his first half back. That was in the first inning. That was with the bases loaded. The Phillies looking to come through and do something here. So bases loaded. He had the bases loaded in the first here. Nobody on right now. Here comes the pitch to Dahl, and that is up the middle. It's a base hit. Another base hit for the Phillies. They have been able to get people on. That hasn't been an issue today, as Dahl gets a base hit. Only two people have not been on base for the Phillies all day. That's our leadoff hitter, Bryce Estai, and the guy coming up right now, Rafael Marchand. He's 0 for 1 today. He popped out in his only at bat. That was to shortstop. Now Marchand, the switch hitting catcher, looking to do something here. He's batting lefty in this at bat against the righty, Yadi Chirinos. The pitch is outside for a ball, and it's 1-0. Immediately after throwing that pitch, Chirinos turned around, thought there was something wrong with the mound. He fixed it up. Sanchez thought there was something wrong with him. So Sanchez almost came out to the mound. That could have been bad for the Marlins. Would have lost a mound visit. The 1-0 pitch to Marchand is swung on. Not deep enough. Chisholm to center makes the catch, and the inning is over. The Phillies shred another base runner on. It's been a struggle for them. We go to the fourth, and it is 2-2. Phillies fourth out to Josh Chisholm today. Chisholm's fourth put out of the game already. Phillies have had runners on in each of the first 3 innings, have not been able to capitalize. Less than that for the Marlins. They've had runners on for all 3 innings, but they really have not been able to get a lot of people on. They've had 3 hits today, 1 walk. 2 of those hits are by Brian De La Cruz. The other one was by Josh Bell. He got out last, so it'd be Jake Berger leading off the inning for Miami. He grounded out in his only plate appearance. That was to third base. Dane Myers, the right fielder, is next up. He's on deck this inning, and then Tim Anderson is in the hole. Anderson hit the only ball that was a fly ball out. It was the only fly ball out so far. Obviously, De La Cruz hit his home run. That was also in the air. Those are the only 2 balls that have been hit in the air against Ranger Suarez today. Suarez has had pretty good command of his stuff. Obviously, made the 1 error, did not cost him. And then the De La Cruz home run was not obviously great for Ranger. Game's 2-2. He's pitched pretty well, though. Offense has been able to come through at runners in scoring position. They have stranded already 7 runners on base, and we're only through 3 innings. So that's not good. So here we go with the 4th inning. Ranger Suarez almost ready. Looking for our 1-2-3 inning would be his first 1-2-3 inning of the game. It's the last time the Marlins come to Citizens Bank Park until August. So it would be August 13th and 14th at Citizens Bank Park. The Phillies host the Marlins right after our West Coast spin. That's the only other time the Marlins come to Philadelphia this season. Phillies go back to Miami in September. That's it for the regular season series. So obviously with everybody playing everybody, you play your division rivals less, and it's evident here. We play about 13, 14 times a year. So here we go. Jacob Berger will be the hitter for Miami. The pitch is low for a ball, and it's 1-0. Again, thank you everyone for watching so far. Make sure to like and subscribe while you're here. I will be live for tonight's Sunday night baseball game in between the Rangers and the Orioles at 7 o'clock. So make sure you check that out. The 1-0 pitch to Berger. He's in there for a strike, and it's 1-1. This will be Rangers' 50th pitch of the game. The 1-1 pitch is outside for a ball, and it's 2-1 now to Ranger Suarez. Dane Myers on deck. Rangers thrown 50 pitches. This will be 51. That ball is in there for a strike on the outside, and it's 2-2. Wide strike zone tonight. Well, today for Nick Lentz, the home plate umpire. Could hurt the Phillies, but also help the Phillies. It's been shown both cases here so far today. 2-2 pitch to Berger is grounded foul down the first base line. And we'll do it again, another 2-2 pitch. Berger is 0 for 7 in his career against Ranger Suarez. We'll see if he can do something here. Would be big if he can for Miami. Here comes the 2-2 pitch to Berger. It's a ground ball to Turner. Fielded cleanly over to first in time. That's the first out of the inning. 6-3 on the ground out. And bring up Dane Meyer. Myers. Again, this is surprising. Ranger Suarez is still not recorded a strikeout so far today. Again, his next strikeout would be his 100th strikeout of the season. It's not recorded one. It's all been about all ground balls or line drives in the infield. His first pitch to Myers. Line drive. It's over Castellanos' head. It's going to one hop the wall. Myers can run. He will have himself a double against Suarez. That puts a runner on second for Miami here in the top of the fourth inning. Very solid contact by Myers, and it'll be a double. It was right opposite field over Castellanos' head. Solid swing by Myers. He was able to power it enough to get it over Castellanos' head. Got it to around the Hers side out in right as there's Anderson fly ball to center, caught by Marsh. There's 2 away. One pitch, 1 out against Anderson, and it will bring up Manuel Rivera here at the top of the fourth inning with 2 away. 2 flyouts for Anderson so far. Rivera, he's over. He walked in his only plate appearance, humped a little by the home plate umpire. That pitch that he took was a strike. They called it a ball. Walked him on the next pitch. First pitch to Rivera is opposite field. Back is Castellanos. Going back, it's over his head. It's off the wall. A run's going to score. It's 3-2. Castellanos played it weirdly. Rivera will have a triple. A 2-out triple for Rivera, and it is 3-2 Miami. Castellanos played it weirdly off the wall. I don't think he really got a good track of where that ball was going to land. Rivera it was a hanging curveball. Rivera just smacked it out to deep right field. It almost looked like it was going to be a home run for a second, but it was off right under the Independence Blue Cross banner out on the railing in right field. Rivera wasn't even hustling all the way out of the box. If he was hustling out of the box, that could have been inside the park home run. And right off the new chain link fence, hit Castellanos, bounced off. See a grimace on Ranger's face. He thought it was gone, but then he realized it wasn't, so maybe a little sigh of relief for him. He'll bring up Ali Sanchez, 9-hole hitter. Pitches outside for a ball, and it's 1-0. So now the run is 90 feet away now from Miami, so there's 2 on, with the 1 on. It's a 1-run lead for Miami here in the top of the fourth inning. The pitch to Sanchez is outside for a ball. That was way in the strike zone. That was way in the strike zone. It's 58 pitches. That pitch was easily a strike. I don't think Rangers happy about that one. 2-0 pitch to Sanchez is in there for a strikeout. It's 2-1. The pitch that was called a ball for ball 2 could have been called that because of his placement, Marchand. But yeah, Castellanos going back. That hit off of it. Looked like it hit his head. Yeah, it looked like it might have hit his pitch comp device on his hat. So that is, he might have hit that. I don't know, but it's 3-2. It's 2-1. 3-2 is the score. Miami's on top of the Phillies here in the top of the fourth. The pitch to Sanchez slow. It's now 3-1. Top of the order on deck, Jazz Chisholm. 3-1 is low for ball 4. That puts runners on the corners now with 2 away. I'll bring up the top of the order, Jazz Chisholm. Rangers pitch count is working high now. To 60 plus now. That's where his pitch count is. Bring up Chisholm. He's 0 for 2 technically today. He reached base on an error by Suarez. Pitch to Chisholm is outside and it's in there for a strikeout. It's 0-1. He reached base on an error by Suarez. And then was able to steal, was caught stealing second base. So he is 0 for 2 today. A chance to widen the lead for the Marlins. The pitch is outside for a ball and it's 1-1 to Jazz Chisholm. Had an RBI yesterday. Made it 3-2 Marlins. It was the go-ahead RBI. Try to extend the Marlins lead here today. The 1-1 pitch. They swung on and missed, and it's 1-2. Again, Suarez looking for his first strikeout of the game. Can he get it here? So it'll be a 65th pitch of the game. Very solid pitch there by Ranger. The 65th pitch of the game. Here comes the 1-2 pitch from Ranger Suarez to Jazz Chisholm. It's a ground ball foul towards the Phillies dugout, and we'll do it again. This will be Rangers' 19th pitch of the inning. It will be a 66th pitch overall. His pitch count working a little high, but the Phillies bullpen should be pretty rested today, so that's a good sign for them. Comes the 1-2 pitch to Chisholm. Outside for a ball. It is 2-2. Looks like Chisholm got something in his eye. Took his helmet off, dropped his bat. Luckily for him, though, it was a ball. He's ready. Suarez is ready. Base runners are ready. The 2-2 pitch is off the hands, and it's fouled, and we'll do it again, another 2-2. Lopez on deck. De La Cruz in the hole. Yeah, it was right off the hands. Here goes 2-2 pitch to Chisholm. It's ground ball, another foul ball. We'll do it again, another 2-2. 7 pitches in this at-bat. 3 foul balls by Chisholm so far. Marlins try to add on to their lead here. Ranger and the Phillies try to stop them. 2-2 is fly ball into foul territory. Boom on the run, but it's going to get out of play. Off the net. Into the tarp area. Having some difficulties trying to give it to a fan. Was Boom, but it'll be 2-2. We'll do it again. Yeah, it's interesting. They were trying to give it through the net. Next pitch again is fouled off by Chisholm. Another foul ball is a curveball, 74 miles an hour. Chisholm, 5 foul balls in this at-bat. 9 pitches. This will be the 10th pitch of this at-bat. This will be the 71st pitch of the game for Ranger already. Chisholm working his pitch count way up. Here comes the 2-2. It's a ground ball up the middle, base hit. Chisholm wins the battle, and it's 4-2 Miami. Sanchez advances to third. First and third goes him. Chisholm wins the 10-pitch at-bat, and it's 4-2 Miami. Not great for the Phillies so far. Just right up the middle. A frustrating hit for Ranger giving up Searing 10-pitch at bat. Was able to win the battle. Here comes Caleb Cotham. It's a mound visit here for the Phils. And it's been a thing all weekend long. They haven't been able to get the out that they need to finish it. Obviously, here the Phillies need to get an out here if they want to end this inning. They don't want Miami to allow any more runs here. Obviously, Ranger trying to get out of this. 24 pitches this inning. 16 have been strikes. 8 have been balls. He's walked a batter so far this inning. This is really tough right now for Ranger Suarez and the Phillies. Have not been able to get it out. He'll bring up 2-hole hitter Otto Lopez. He's 0 for 2 today. Ground out and a line out. Here comes the pitch to Lopez. Outside for a ball, and it's 1-0. 89-mile-an-hour sinker for Lopez. 255 now on the year is his batting average. Trying to make something happen here for Miami. The 1-0 pitch is off the hands, and it's fouled away, and it's 1-1. Got runners on the corners. 2 outs here. 2-run Miami lead 4-2. Here comes the 1-1 pitch is right back to Ranger Suarez, caught, and they're going to say catcher's interference is the call. The sitting isn't over. They call catcher's interference on Rafael Marchand. So it's either going to be a foul ball here or Lopez gets first. Let's look at this. So yeah, Lopez's bat hit Marchand's glove on the swing. He knew it. Ranger did it. So now the bases will be loaded with 2 outs. Another crucial mistake. And here comes the guy who's been absolutely terrorizing the Phillies. It's De La Cruz. Jose Ruiz warming up the Phillies bullpen. Ground ball to Turner. Just got to get it out here. He does. Barely, and the inning is over. Lopez was trying to run through the bag. Inning's over. Bang, bang, play. Tough inning for Ranger. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Phillies down now 4-2 against Miami. It's been a tough series. It's going to be a tough week and a half for the Phillies without Kyle Schwarber and without Bryce Harper. But again, these things would be happening probably without either of them in the lineup. So even though it is frustrating right now that they're both not in the lineup and the Phillies are losing, these things most likely would be happening if they were in the lineup. And it feels even worse with them not in the lineup because you feel a little less of a chance that they will come through and get some runs and get on the board here. Bryce is out leading off for the Phillies. Chirinos was able to control his pitch count last inning. After giving up a couple in the first 2 innings. So Miami was able to do some damage. And we're only in the 4th here. We've played 3.5. It's 4-2. Miami. Let's continue the 4th inning here. It's been tough. The Phillies have not been able to get outs here. It's a bang-bang play. Barely beat it. Lopez was running through to try to make sure either if Stott made the play that Sanchez could potentially score. Didn't matter. So here we go. Brings up Stott here to begin the bottom of the 4th inning. Trios at 63 pitches. This will be a 64th pitch. And it's low for a ball, and it's 1-0. Stott 0 for 2 today. One of the 2 Phillies have not got on base, a fly out and a line out. It is 2 at-bats. Pitch is in there for a strike, and it's 1-1. Well, I know. They call it a ball again. It's 2-0. Looked like a strike to me. It's 2-0 now to Stott. That's a ball, and it's 3-0. Same spot. It's 3-0. 3 straight pitches, 3 straight in the same spot, which could have been easily called strikes. Here comes 3-0 pitch. In there for a strike, and it's 3-1. Now it's right down the middle, but you don't never swing on 3-0, especially when your team is down here, like the Phillies are on the bottom of the 4th. 3-1 pitch to Stott is in there for a strike. Ooh, this strike zone today has been brutal. That is brutal. That pitch is way outside. Compared to some of the pitches we've seen today, that is bad. Nick Lentz has been absolutely terrible behind home plate. The 3-2 pitch is fouled away. It has been a cloud show there behind first base today, behind home plate today. No consistency whatsoever. So 3-2. Trios to Stott is back up the middle. Chisholm diving grab. One away. Another line out for Stott. All balls have been hit to center. Chisholm's been like a vacuum out there making plays. Scooped it right off the ground on a diving catch. There's a one away. If that ball gets past him, that could be trouble for Miami. But it brings up Turner. He's 2 for 2 today. Low for a ball, and it's 1-0. 2 for 2 today, 2 singles. Scored a run. 332 now is his average on the season. 455 slugging percentage. The 1-0 pitch to Turner is in there for a strike, and it is 1-1. Boom on deck. Marsh in the hole. Phillies trying to get something going here. So it looks like Sanchez has something in his eye now. Marlins catcher Ali Sanchez, so he has to walk away. I don't think that counts as a disengagement for either side, but seems like he's ready. Needed a little break, a little timeout. He's ready. Turner gives him his time. Chirinos is ready on the mound. Pitch clock is going. Here we go. The 1-1 pitch from Chirinos to Trey Turner. They swung on and missed in the dirt. A splitter 85 miles an hour. That looked like that hit the ground way before the plate, way before the swing. And it's 1-2 to Trey. Here comes the 1-2 pitch to Turner. It is swung on and missed, a sword on inside is strike 3. Trios, another strikeout, his 4th of the game. Made Turner look silly there. Here comes Alec Boehm. Hit a home run in the first inning. .427 feet out to left center field. Looking to do something here for the Phils. Comes the first pitch. Popped up. It looks like it's a fly ball. Deep center. Just got hitting over. The Phillies go down quietly. So you go through 4. It's 4-2 Miami. More frustrating innings for the Phillies. It's been a tough ride for them. Going to the 5th here. We're nearing completion to make this game an official game because there is still precipitation in the forecast in Philly. If you watch the preview today for today's game, you would see the radar. And it was expected to already start raining by now with Philly, but has not yet. So we'll see what happens there. Obviously, they're trying to get this game in, trying to get this done, obviously, because the Marlins don't come back to Philly until August of this year. So that's their goal, to try to get this done. The Phillies go down quietly. It will be Bell, Berger, and Myers coming up for the Marlins. Ranger Suarez still has not recorded a strikeout in today's game, which again, to me, is bizarre. He obviously, he's not a big strikeout pitcher, but he does get strikeouts. He's one strikeout away from getting to 100 on the season. So I would he's going to try to probably get that here against the heart of the order. He's already walked 2. He's given up a whole run. His ERA is now to 2.11 on the season. And a frustrating day for him, a frustrating day for all the Phillies. They really have not been able to get stuff done here on offense. And the bases loaded twice in the first 2 innings of the game. Didn't score a single run in either of those. And now Miami's been able to capitalize. Right, here we go. Ranger Suarez is ready. Josh Bell is ready. As we begin the top of the fifth inning, the pitch is outside for a ball, and it's 1-0. Bell 1 for 2. Had a double, which scored a run. He advanced to third. It was an RBI double, and he grounded out in his 2 plate appearances so far today. Next pitch is outside for a ball, and it's 2-0. Suarez really has struggled with his command today, which is not, something you want to see, especially against a team like Miami. You want to win games like this. It'd be big if Suarez could get through this inning and maybe another. That pitch is outside. It's now 3-0 to Josh Bell. But obviously, Michael Mercado is starting on Tuesday for the Phillies, so you want to try to have some pieces available in the bullpen. Pitch is grounded to third. Diving stop, boom, over to first. Oh, and the throw has gotten away. It's into the camera well. And Bell will get to second. It's out of play. Oh, what a play by Bohm, but he wasn't able to finish it. The throw got away. A diving stop. So it will be probably an error. Or, yeah, it probably would go down as an error. Diving stop by Bohm. He just threw it away. Clemens didn't do what he probably what I should have done. It got in front of that ball, so it got away from Clemens. He was trying to keep his foot on the bag. I don't know what they could rule out there. That could be an error. It could be a hit plus an error. That's what most likely it will be. He's frustrated. Phillies it's a frustrating game, been a frustrating series for them. So here comes the pitch to Berger inside for a ball, and it's 1-0. It's tough playing right now. Phillies have four errors in today's game. It's the fifth inning. Well, Phillies already have 4 errors. Just sloppy play. So the Rivera triple is being ruled an error on Castellanos, and it would be a double for Rivera. So to clear that up, and an error on Castellanos. And the catcher's interference is an error on Marchand, and now it's an error on Bohm on the throw. So that's 4 errors here, and we're only in the 5th inning. That's not even out in the 5th inning here. It was a tough play by Bohm. There was no questioning that. It was a great stop by Bohm, but it was just a bad throw. You can't really even blame Alec there because he's trying to make a play. If you're the first baser, it's a fly ball in the center. Marsh is coming in. He will make the catch. Bell will stay at second. As the first baser there, you probably want to try to get in front of that ball instead of trying to pick him. It's a tough play because if he does pick it, he's out. But it was a wide throw. So there's nothing you can really do about that. It's an F8 on Berger. It's the first 4-error game for the Phillies since May 10th, 2022 at Seattle. That was so long ago that Joe Girardi was still the Phillies manager back in 2022. Here comes the pitch to Myers. It's a bunt attempt. It's foul, and it's 0-1. That's how long it's been since the Phillies have had a 4-error game. 1-2. 1 for 2 today is Myers. Double in the 4th. Ranger Suarez's 3rd career error in 151 games. In 83 starts, here comes the 0-1. Inside almost got Myers on the hands, and it's now 1-1. Here comes the 1-1 to Myers. Slide drive into the gap. It's going to get all the way to the State Farm side and left center. Run's going to score. Myers has some good wheels. It'll be a double for Dane Myers, his 2nd of the game, and it is 5-2 Miami. This is brutal baseball right now by the Phillies. It's an unearned run on Ranger Suarez, but man, is it brutal to see something like this go down here for the Phillies. It's 5-2 Miami. Looks like Ruiz is warming up in the pen. He might be ready soon. It's a well-hit ball by Myers. Second double of the game. Suarez is still in the game. That pitch is inside. It's a ball, and it's 1-0. Yeah, Ruiz looks like he's throwing from the mound now, so he might be ready sooner than later. 1-0 pitch to Anderson's off the hands, over to first base. Clemens takes it himself. That's the second out of the inning. So 2 outs. This will be Rangers' 90th pitch. His next pitch, it'll be Emmanuel Rivera coming up to the plate. Ranger threw 28 pitches in the fourth inning. That's really kind of hurt him here. Emmanuel Rivera had a double, plus it was an error on Castellanos, so he advanced to third. Again, 4 errors for the Phillies today. They're now down by 3 runs. Rivera's 1-for-1, double, and he walked. First pitch is fouled away, and it's 0-1. Obviously, action the Phillies bullpen, no action the Marlins bullpen. Chirinos has been able to settle down really ever since that big first 2 innings potentially for the Phillies where they weren't able to get anything out of. Here comes the 0-1 pitch to Rivera. Is gonna get down for a hit, and it's 6-2 Marlins. Myers scores. It's a single for Rivera. He's 2 for 2. It is 6-2 Marlins. Now here comes Rob Thompson. That's it for Rangers. Man, this is tough. This is bad for the Phillies. And obviously it's gonna be rough for the next couple of weeks, but this is the worst case scenario. You think about Ranger as what we call the stopper for the Phillies, and that just not has been the case today. 6 earned runs allowed today by Ranger. First time he's allowed 6 earned runs since September 27th, 2023. It's called to the bullpen. Jose Ruiz is coming into the game for the Phillies here in the top 5th. It is 6-2 Miami. It is just brutal right now. It is bad for the Phillies. Nothing has been able to go their way in this game. So if this score does hold, the division lead would go back to 7 games. So the Phillies are still up in the division. But it's bad right now for the Phillies. It's got to be bad for the next couple, obviously probably next week and a half or more. It's going to be tough considering what the Phillies have been used to this whole season. A lot of success, a lot of wins, and that's just not coming around right now for the Phillies. So they need to hear Jose Ruiz coming into the game for Philadelphia. He'll face Ali Sanchez with 2 away here in the inning. So Suarez, it's a struggle fest today. 4 2/3 innings pitched, 9 hits allowed, 6 runs. All of them were earned, even though the Phillies had all those errors. 2 walks. He did not record his 100th strikeout of the season. They allowed a home run. His ERA is now to 2.27 on the season. Jose Ruiz is coming in. He has a 3.32 ERA on the season. Pitch to Sanchez is high and inside for a ball, and it's 1-0. Sinker at 96 miles an hour. Sanchez is 0 for 1 with a walk today. Runner on first is Rivera. 0-1 pitch is grounded. Turner knocks it down, but it's going to be a base hit infield single for Rivera. For Sanchez here, Rivera moves up to second base here with 2 away at the top of the 5th, and it brings up the top of the Marlins order again for the 4th time today. Here comes Jazz Chisholm. It was a ground ball. Turner, it would have been a tough play no matter what. It bounced in and out of his glove, so I don't know if you can really call that an error. I feel like that's more of a knockdown there by Trey. Obviously, we'll see what they call it. Chisholm up in the box. He takes strike one. A curveball, 86 miles an hour. It's 0-1. Phillies are hoping they can get some length out of Ruiz. This will be, if they do not come back in this one, it'll be their 30th loss on the season. Miami's 31st win on the season. Pitch is inside, and it's 1-1. Miami already has 10 hits in the game. 10 hits in this one. It's a 1-1 count to Jazz Chisholm. The pitch. It's ground ball over to first. Clemens fields it cleanly, and the inning is finally over. But the Marlins score 4 runs off of Rangers. Want to score 2 runs this inning against Ranger. 6-2 Miami. Rangers line is officially closed. One of his might have been his worst start on the season, which again says a lot about him because it's not a great start by any means. It's actually a pretty bad start. But compared to some of our other worst starts for some of our pitchers, it's not the worst. Ranger will be back. His next start will probably be on next Saturday in Atlanta. But obviously, right now, if you're the Phillies, you're focused on trying to come back in this game and try to use as little as your bullpen as you can, considering you are pretty short when it comes to your bullpen because you have Mercado going on Tuesday in Chicago after all the injuries that have happened. You want to make sure your bullpen is available just in case, obviously, he doesn't, come through and do well. Which he might not, but there's a good chance he will. There's probably a 90% chance that Rafael Marshall will be again behind the plate on Tuesday, which means Stubbs will probably catch Wheeler, and he definitely would catch Christopher Sanchez. And Stubbs gets a lot of hate, but he's also caught 2 complete games so far this season. So obviously Stubbs does get a lot of hate, but he's caught pretty well this season. Offense isn't there, but again, he had a plus 800 OPS his first year at Philly. So I don't think there's any doubt that he could do it. A lot of errors for the Phillies today. 4 defensive miscues for the Phillies. Just bad baseball by the Phillies. Catcher interference. A lot of things have not been able to go the Phillies' way today. It brings up Brandon Marsh here, bottom of the 5th. First pitch to Marsh is fly ball into left. It's going to get out of play and go foul. And the empty seats out there. Down third baseline, it's 0-1 down to Marsh. Marsh 0 for 1. He walked in the second inning. Bases loaded. No Phillies weren't able to get anything. 0-1 is in their first strike, and it's 0-2 now to Marsh. Torino's still out there. This will be his 78th pitch of the game. And how he started, he had 52 pitches in the first 2 innings. At this point, he has about 20 in the last 2, and he's been cruise control ever since that really bad first inning. So obviously, props to him. He's been able to shut down the Phillies offense today. Here comes the 0-2 pitch to Marsh. Low for a ball, and it's 1-2. Castellanos on deck. That is Cody Clemens. 1-2 pitch to Marsh is in the dirt, and it's 2-2. Right now, very disappointing for the Phillies. Obviously, you want to get right now. They're on track to lose a series to the last place Miami Marlins. It's bad right now. It's hopefully it gets better sooner than later, but right now it's bad. And they go to Chicago starting on Tuesday for a 3-game series. Marsh hits one into the gap. That is gonna hit right off the Asplund side, out and left. Marsh will be safe at second. He has a double. Brandon Marsh doubles to lead off the inning. almost tagged out. Bang, bang play, but the ball got loose. He was inches away from a home run, but it doesn't matter. Marsh gets on base to lead off the Phillies half of the fifth. Right off of the Asplund side out there. Asplund. What is Asplund? I don't know. But right off the side out there left, Marsh was barely safe. The ball got knocked loose, but Lopez went for the tag. Here comes Castellanos. Could be big if he could drive a run in here. The pitch is high, but it's foul, and it's 0-1. Get out of play. Marsh leads off second. Comes the 0-1 pitch to Castellanos. Inside for a ball. Now, today is the first time in Ranger Suarez's career, in his first 83 starts, and he has not recorded a strikeout in a game, so it's been tough for him. Tough start for him. The 1-1 is swung on and missed by Castellanos, and it's 1-2. The Phillies still have not recorded a strikeout. Huascar Barbosa is warming up in the bullpen for Miami. Here comes the 1-2 pitch from Chirinos to Castellanos. Is in the dirt for a ball. Marsh stays at second. 6-2 is the score here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Phillies are down. They're up 2-1. Marlins have scored 5 unanswered runs against Ranger Suarez. He's out of the game. 4 2/3, 9 hits, 6 runs, 2 walks, no strikeouts. He allowed a home run. Here comes the 2-2 pitch from Chirinos to Castellanos. It is driven deep to left field. It is off of the glove of De La Cruz. He thinks it's gone. Marsh is going to score. Castellanos has a double, and the Phillies lead off the inning with back-to-back doubles, and it's 6-3 Phillies. They're trying to get in business here. Castellanos comes through. Back-to-back near home runs for the Phillies. This one a line drive. De La Cruz had it in his glove. He wasn't able to secure it, though. He didn't know where the ball was. He thought it was gone. You see Chirinos on the mound. He yelled right there. So here comes Clemens trying to do something here. 3-run game now. There's a strike, and it's 0-1. Back-to-back doubles to lead off the inning for the Phillies. Now they're already up to 9 hits. Miami has 10, but the biggest difference is the Phillies have committed 4 errors, leading to 4 extra base runners from Miami. The 0-1 pitch to Clemens is popped up into left. Coming on is De La Cruz into the sun. He makes the catch. There's 1 out. It'll bring up Whit Merrifield. That ball by De La Cruz barely missed being a home run. Obviously, out there at left, if it hits the flower bed, it would be a home run. It was barely, did not go into the flower bed. So it is a double for Castellanos. That's going to do it for Chirinos. He's done. 87 pitches. The Marlins are going to go to the bullpen here. Solid start compared to how he started off. Solid start for him. Huascar Barbosa is coming into the game for Miami here in the 5th inning. So the Phillies are in business here. Looking to get some runs, do some damage, and get back into this ball game. Right now, they are down 6-3. It's the bottom of the 5th inning. Bottom of the 5th inning. 4-3 is the score. Brazoban has had a solid season so far. His ERA does not tell the whole story. It's a 5.63 ERA, but he's able to get out 15 strikeouts in 16 innings. So obviously the ERA is going to be a little inflated. Gave up 5 runs against the Royals this past week. So that's obviously been his toughest one. They basically left him out there to die. But he was pretty solid in the postseason last year against the Phillies. He had a pretty solid couple innings. Again, like and subscribe. Thank you for watching this stream. I will be live again tonight when the Rangers take on the Orioles. That's at 7 o'clock, so make sure to stay tuned for that. Obviously, we'll have the game recap up and ready to go. The episode 15 of Phillies Fan Podcast right after this game ends. And we will also be live on Wednesday when the Phillies take on the Cubs in Game 2 of that 3-game series. So make sure to stay tuned for all of that. Turn on the post notification bell so you never know. You will always know when I am going live or making a poster. So make sure to do that. Here comes Whit Merrifield up to the plate. Castellanos on second. There's one out in the inning. Pitch to Merrifield is in there for a strike at its own one. Merrifield 0 for 1 today. He struck out. He was hit by pitch in the first inning. Batting average is down to a 191 on the season for Whit. Comes the 0-1 pitch in there for a strike at its own 2. A tough season for Whit. A tough game for Whit. It's hard to imagine that he's still going to be with this team past the trade deadline. But we'll see by that point. Pitch is outside, and it's 1-2. Whit Merrifield getting ready in the box. Brazoban is ready as well. 1-2 pitch is swung on a missed strike 3. It's 2-1. Already one strikeout for Brazoban, and it'll bring up David Dahl. Brazoban is 34 years old. This is his 3rd Major League Baseball season from Villamella, Dominican Republic. So here comes Dahl, the lefty. Pitch to Dahl is swung on a miss at its own 1. Struck at 97 miles an hour by Brett Boson. Phillies had 2 doubles to lead off the inning, trying to capitalize and do something here. The 0-1 pitch is in the dirt off of Sanchez. He doesn't know where the ball is. And Castellanos stays at second. He could have advanced to third there. Obviously, the ball did not get that far away from Sanchez, but Sanchez didn't know where it was. So there's a chance that Castellanos could have made it to third. And Dahl this season, 261, 3 home runs, 8 RBIs. A short time with the Phillies. The 1-2 pitch. No, now count as 1-2 to David Dahl. He's 1 for 2 today. Cal is now 1-2. Brazoban is trying to work out of this inning. Brazoban. 1-2 pitch. Swung on a miss. Phillies back-to-back doubles to start the inning, but that's all they get. Brazoban comes in and strikes out the last 2 hitters as we go to the top of the 6th. And a 6-3 ball game. The Marlins are on top. So their closer, Tanner Scott, has been lights out this season. Has gone about 6 straight outings without allowing a run. He could be expected to come on and pitch. He's expected to be dealt at the trade deadline this upcoming trade deadline. Let's try to see where he lives. A lot of teams, you never have enough relievers or enough starting pitching. You could never have enough of either one of them. So it'd be interesting to see where he ends up in the order. There's a lot of contenders this year because of the wild card format. There's very few teams like the Marlins who are not contenders in the wild card. So it'll be interesting to see where he ends up by the end of next month. In a month. The trade line is in a month. So it'll be interesting to see where he lands going into the trade deadline. For the Marlins here, it's going to be Lopez, De La Cruz, and Josh Bell. I would think against Jose Ruiz, so I would think he'd stay in this game. And thank you for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. So right now, looks like the only game the Phillies are going to win was a complete game shutout by Christopher Sanchez. He's been absolutely incredible. He has been absolutely incredible. Sad the extension. But right now, the Phillies got to find a way to try to get some runs, to try to get a win. Again, this game was supposed to be canned, obviously. It was expected to be a lot more rain in the area, but the rain has subsided for now. There's no rain right now at Citizens Bank Park. So we are going to the sixth. Ruiz is staying on. Nobiano Lopez leading it off for Miami. He is 0 for 3 today. 0 for 2. Ground ball to third. Boom. Throw makes it one away. One pitch, one out. Lopez reached the catcher's interference before this at-bat. It'll bring up Brian De La Cruz. Home run, single today. He also grounded to a fielder's choice his last time up. So he's 2 for 3 today. He scored 2 out of the Marlins, 6 runs. Comes the pitch. High for a ball, and it's 1-0. One-0 pitch to De La Cruz is in there for a strike, and it's 1-1. De La Cruz 2 for 3 today, single home and a home run. He scored 2 runs. 50th home run of the season. He's out to 40 RBIs. The 1-1 pitch is low for a ball. It is 2-1. Average is up to 243 for De La Cruz. 2-1 is the count. And here comes the pitch. Fouled back. So it is 2-2. Will be the count. Ruiz, solid so far in his couple innings of work. The Phillies still have not recorded a strikeout on the mound. Here comes the 2-2 pitch from Ruiz to Brian De La Cruz. It's the first Phillies strikeout of the day. He gets him looking a backwards K. That's the second out of the inning. Beautifully pitched ball. Beautifully placed ball for strike 3 right in the zone. Phillies' first strikeout of the day. A curveball, 87 miles an hour. Pretty fast curveball there by Ruiz. And it will bring up Josh Bell. High for a ball, and it's 1-0, 95 miles an hour. That was a fastball. Bell 2 for 3. First hop out on the left side today. Single and a double. RBI as well. Scored a run as well. His first at bat on the left side. Next pitch is in there for a strikeout. It's 1-1. Inconsistency continues with the umpiring today. Here comes the 1-1 pitch from Ruiz. Is fouled away. It's now 1-2. Phillies looking for back-to-back strikeouts here. Due up for the Phillies next inning will be Marchand, Stott, and Trey Turner. So Marchand at the top of the order. 6-3 is the score. Marlins over the Phillies. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Is in the dirt, scooped out by Marchand, and it's 2-2 now to Bell. On deck is Jake Berger. He would hit if Bell reaches base. 2-2 pitch is swung on and missed. Strike 3 and the inning is over. Back-to-back Ks for Ruiz. First Ks of the day for the Phillies. We go to the to the bottom of the sixth inning, and it is 6-3 Miami. It'll be Marchand, Stott, and Turner. We'll see who Miami decides if they want to go to the bullpen or they're going to stick with Brazoban. We'll see. But right now, the Phillies are trying to rally here. They're down. Trying to rally, trying to get back in this ball game. They're down 6-3. They're trying to avoid the series loss to the Marlins. Trying to get something to go their way here against the Marlins bullpen. So both starters are out of the game. Suarez, even though it didn't seem like it, he did last longer than Chirinos. He lasted it out longer. I don't know how much that does for you. They both allowed 9 hits. Suarez allowed 6 runs. Chirinos only allowed 3 runs. 1 walk by Chirinos, 2 walks by Suarez, 4 strikeouts for Chirinos, and Ranger Suarez did not record a strikeout today. The Phillies' offense has struck out 6 times today. 2 of them have been by Whit Merrifield. This will be Marchand at the top of the Phillies order here. Like Braz Bozen's going to stay in the game for Miami. Be the top of the order. There you go, Marchand. Switching catcher, still batting lefty. Honestly, still righty in the game for Miami. Back-to-back righty so far. First pitch is outside for a ball, and it's 1-0. A tough series for Phillies pitching, but they haven't had much support from their offense. Pitch swung on a miss, and it's 1-1 down to Marchand. Haven't had much support from their offense, so it's been tough to really get out here for the Phillies pitching. Here comes a 1-1 is outside for a ball. It is 2-1. Looked like it could have been a strike there. Marchand, 0 for 2 pop out and a fly out. 1 of 2 Phillies have not gone on base. The other one is due on deck. The 2-1 pitch is outside and it's now 3-1 to Marchand. Bryce is down on deck. That'll be Trey Turner. Phillies trying to do something here. 3-1 pitch. Swung on and missed, and it's 3-2. Stott on deck. He's over 3, 2 lineouts, and a flyout. Marchand is ready. Braz Bozen is ready. 3-2 is outside, ball 4, and Marchand gets on base for the first time. Third Phillies walk of the day. Second actual walk. Third batter on by either a walk or hit by pitch. Marchand also had a big play in this game. Throwing out Jazz Chisholm down at second base. The beauty of a throw. And it'll bring up Stott. Pitch. Fly ball. This one will finally get down into center field. It's a base hit for Stott. Marchand stays a second. Now the Phillies are in business. Now, just like that, the tying run is coming up to the plate and Trey Turner. The birthday boy looking to come through here. A beautiful piece of hitting by Bryson Stott. Right off the end of the bat. Was able to bloop down into center. Marchand got to second. Doesn't look like they're going to make a pitcher change. Here comes the pitching coach out to talk about how to attack Trey Turner. 6-3 is the score. A.J. Puke is warming up in the bullpen for Miami. He pitched on Thursday night as well for Miami. The lefty. Wouldn't be surprised if he comes in probably for Brandon Marsh here. Either Marsh or Clemens. But right now, here comes Trey Turner. He's 2 for 3 today. A walk and a strikeout. Two hits, 2 singles, and a strikeout for Trey Turner today. He scored a run as well. On an Alec Bohm home run. Here trying to come through himself. He has 3 home runs on the season. If he makes it 4, this game is back to square one. Brazoban is ready. Turner is ready. Marchand at second. Scott at first. Every Philly has reached base today. The pitch to Turner is in there for a strike at its own 1. Fastball 97 miles an hour. Turner bagged at 330 now in the season. 3 home runs, 12 RBIs. A 4th would tie it up. The 0-1 pitch to Turner is low in the dirt, and it's 1-1. Seranthony Dominguez warming up in the Phillies bullpen. You'd think the Phillies would probably go to him here. The 1-1 pitch to Turner is swung on and fouled, and it's 1-2. Try to get the crowd back into it here. Turner 2 for 3 today. Bresboza steps off. Try to get the exact pitch they want. Try to get Turner to strike out here. The 1-2 pitch to Turner is a ground ball foul, and then we'll do it again, another 1-2. Again, at this point, with how long this at-bat has gone, there is a good chance that they will bring in Puke for Brandon Marsh here. The lefty Brandon Marsh. Also, Cody Clemens could be the move, and that could be a Mundo Sosa potentially coming into the game. Considering they can move Bo over to first, Sosa play third. Comes the 1-2 pitch to Turner. Low for a ball, and it's 2-2. Rasmussen wanted that to be a strike, but it was a good call by the home plate umpire, Nick Letts. Probably the only good call he's made all day. Pitch is swung on and missed by Turner, strike 3. Drops the bat, 3rd strikeout for Rasmussen. Turner, 2nd strikeout of the day. He'll bring up Bo. We had a home run earlier today. The first inning gave the Phillies a 2-1 lead over the Marlins. Can Bohm do something here? A home run would tie it up. The pitch in there for a strike at its own 1. 2 for 3 today, Bohm. Home run and a single. Now he flew out to center field in its last at bat. The 0-1 pitch swung on and fouled away, and it's 0-2. It's a big at-bat here. Brandon Marsh on deck. Marlins probably go to the bullpen after this for Puke. The 0-2 pitch to Bohm. Outside for a ball, and it's 1-2. Marsh on deck. Castellanos in the hole. This season, Bohm has driven in 55 runs with runners in scoring position, which has been big for the Phillies. The 1-2 pitch is inside, ends 2-2. 2 balls away, or a base hit from the Phillies having the bases loaded for the 3rd time today. Hopefully this time they would get runs. They have not gotten runs the first 2 times. Here comes the 2-2 pitch from Bresboza to Alec Bohm. Runners on 2nd and 1st. Marchand and Stott. The 2-2 pitch is fouled away off of his ankle. We'll do it again. Bohm staying alive. Rob Thompson looks on. Phil's trying to do something here. 2-2. Fouled away again. Bohm staying alive. Bohm is fighting off every pitch he can. try to get the Phillies on the board here. Try to cash in this opportunity with 2 on and 1 away here in the bottom of the 6th inning. The 2-2 pitch is outside and it's 3-2. The count is full. Count is full. A ball makes the bases full. The bases would be loaded. Brandon Marsh on deck. This will be pitch number 29 for Braz Bozen. So long at bat here. Marsh is 1 for 3 today. He doubled in his last 1 for 2 today. He doubled in his last at bat. Also has a walk. Braz Bozen is ready. 3-2 to Bobe. Ground ball back up the middle. Perfect play for 2. Anderson bobbles the ball. Throw over to first is not in time, and the bases are loaded. Anderson had a beautiful double play lined up, but he bobbled the ball. Stop beat it out at second, and then Bobe beat it out at first, so the bases will be loaded with 1 away. A routine double play gifted to the Marlins, and they can't convert. Anderson just on the train. He never had possession of that ball. That's probably going to be an E6 on Tim Anderson. Oh, a big break for the Phillies. That's it for Braz Bozen. He's coming out of the game. And I bet you he'd be pissed off. Guy would have ended his inning. But now we're going to have a new pitcher. It's going to be A.J. Puke out of the bullpen, the lefty. And the Phillies have the bases loaded. The go-ahead run is coming to the plate. The tying run now is at first. And the Phillies have life again here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Puke pitched on Thursday, had a pretty solid inning. Just terrible baseball right now by Tim Anderson. It's the 3rd time today the Phillies have had the bases loaded. It's a big mystery what happened to Tim Anderson, one of the best players in all of baseball. Now he's fallen off. And this is big here. The Phillies catch a break, and now they can make them pay. Puke on the season has a 5.50 ERA, 34 innings, 28 strikeouts this season, a 2-8 record for Miami. Marsh is coming up to hit. Nick Castellanos is 2 for 3. He is on deck. You have a chance to hit against a left-handed pitcher. That would be Cody Clemens. He's in the hole. I wouldn't be surprised to see the Phillies make a move and go get Edmundo Sosa off of the bench here, if they do, in fact, make it that far to get to Clemens. A base hit would most likely give the Phillies at least make it a 1-run game, if not make it a 2-run game. But at least it would keep the inning going. Alec Boehm on first. Bryson Stott, he is on second. And Rafael Marchand is on third. Phillies have 10 hits today. Marlins also have 10 hits today. Phillies have given the Marlins 4 errors. Marlins have had 1 error, which is the Tim Anderson error that just happened. It could be the biggest gift the Phillies have received this series, and maybe in the month of June. Here we go. Puke has allowed 3 home runs this season. He allowed a big home run against the Phillies last year. The pitch to Marsh is outside for a ball, and it's 1-0. Marsh is 1 for 2 today. He doubled in his last plate appearance. He walked in the one before that. Career with the bases loaded, 28 at-bats, 0 grand slams, and 357 average. He's driven in 5 runs this season and 6 at-bats with the bases loaded. The 1-0 pitch to Marsh is outside. It's 2-0. Would be big if he walks Marsh here. That means Castellanos would have the bases loaded against a left-handed hitter, a left-handed pitcher. The 2-0 pitch to Marsh is in there for a strike, and it's 2-1. Get Castellanos on deck. Either Clemens or Sosa most likely in the hole for the Phillies. 2-1 pitch to Marsh is in there for a strike, and it's 2-2. Back-to-back nice sliders by Puke. Here comes the 2-2 pitch to Brandon Marsh. It is driven down the line. It is a foul ball. Oh, that was not really even close, but it's a foul ball. It's 2-2 to Marsh. Castellanos on deck. The crowd started to get into it. The bases are loaded. Marsh was just early. If he sat back on that, the Phillies might have a lead. Puke throws the ball away. He wants another one. Marsh is getting ready. This is a big at-bat here. The 2-2 pitch from Puke to Brandon Marsh is swung on and missed. He got him strike 3. 2 away in the inning. A brutal strikeout. I'll bring up Nick Castellanos. Man, Puke battled back. It was 2-0 and he gets Marsh on strikes. Marsh was just under that. You could see the disappointment on his face. Yeah, it looks like Edmundo Sosa would be coming up to hit here. Here comes the pitch to Castellanos. Ground ball, base hit. Here comes Stott. He's going to score. It's a 1-run game. What a hit by Nick Castellanos. A big 2 RBI single for Castellanos. And it's a 1-run ball game here. The fans are back into it at Citizens Bank Park. Nick Castellanos, his 3rd hit of the game. His 3rd hit of the day. And it's 6-5 Phillies with 2 outs here in the 6th. I think it's going to be Edmundo Sosa coming up to hit for the Phils. Runners on 2nd and 1st with 2 away. They have a mound meeting right now. Be interesting to see who the Phillies go to off the bench. Do they leave Clemens in to face the lefty, or do they go to the righty Edmundo Sosa here? They will go to Sosa. It will be Edmundo Sosa coming to hit. He will most likely come in as the 3rd baseman here. Career pinch hitting. He has a home run. That's about it. He's not been the best career pinch hitter in his career so far. Savvy Dalpo will move over to first base, but that's next inning's matter. We have to worry about now, and this is a huge at-bat for the Phillies here. A base hit would tie this game up. A home run would give the Phillies the lead, and out and the Marlins survive this inning. It's the bottom of the 6th. The first pitch to Sosa is swung on and fouled away at its own 1. Castellanos is on at first. Clemens pinch hit forward by Sosa. Here comes the 0-1 pitch to Edmundo. Fouled away, and it's quickly 0-2. Oh, and a fan misses a one-handed grab down in the Diamond Club area. It was almost a beautiful play by the fan, but he wasn't able to catch it. 0-2 now. Runner on 2nd. Runner on 1st. 2 outs. 0-2 is the count. Big pitch here. Low in the dirt. They appeal. No swing. And it's 1-2 now. Puke. Try to get out of this inning. Try to keep the lead for the Marlins. A base hit by Sosa should give the Phillies a tied ball game. The 1-2 pitch to Sosa is swung on and missed in the dirt near his ankles. It's strike 3, and the Phillies blow a chance to add on. But Nick Castellanos comes through and gives the Phillies life. It's 6-5 as we go to the top of the 7th inning. Again, thank you everyone for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe while you're here. I will be live later tonight for the Sunday Night Baseball between the Texas Rangers and the Baltimore Orioles. So make sure to stay tuned for that. That's at 7 o'clock. I'll be ready back here post-game when the Phillies and the Marlins wrap up. That will be live on YouTube, episode 15 of the Phillies Fan Podcast here on Big Fan Sports. Looks like it'll be Seranthony Dominguez coming into the game for the Phillies. Yeah, it will be Seranthony Dominguez. He replaces Jose Ruiz, who had a pretty solid outing. Seranthony this season has a 4.39 ERA, 26 innings, 27 strikeouts. But more important for Seranthony, his last 15 games, so his last 13 and a third innings pitched, he has a 1.35 ERA on the season, which is very good considering, there was a lot of concern about Seranthony, but he's finally, it feels like, getting back to where he used to be, where he was around 2022. But man, the Phillies have stormed all the way back. It's a one-run ball game. And it will be Seranthony Dominguez. But it's bad for Marsh here. He did strike out. He's 7 for 45 against left-handed pitchers in 52 plate appearances with 5 walks and 24 strikeouts, which means he's batting a 156 against left-handed pitching, which is not what you want to see out of Marsh, but we hope he can improve. Here comes Dominguez against Berger. The pitch is in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. So again, Edmundo Sosa takes over at third. Alec Boehm goes over to first. The 0-1 pitch to Berger is a line drive into right field. It's going to one-hop the wall. Castellanos is over. He bobbles it. Berger will stay at second, though, so it'll be a double. No error. And Berger leads off the inning with a double against Seranthony Dominguez. Castellanos having some troubles out there in right field today. Bobbled another one, but didn't cost the Phillies this time. It's a solid piece of hitting. Solid hitting so far today by Miami. Just one hopping the wall off of the waste management side. First pitch to Myers is high and inside for a ball. It's 1-0. Myers 2 for 3 today. 2 doubles, including an RBI double to score Josh Bell. Comes the 1-0 pitch to Myers. Is fouled away into the sweet level. And it's 1-1. Yeah, got 2 for 3, 2 runs. An RBI by Myers. Tim Anderson on deck. Manuel Rivera's in the hole. The 1-1 pitch to Myers is swung on and missed, and it's 1-2. Slider at 85 miles an hour by Dominguez. Here on the top of the 7th inning, it's 6-5 Marlins over the Phillies. Here comes the 1-2 pitch to Myers. He's in the dirt for a ball, and it'll be 2-2. Tim Anderson's on deck. He made an error last inning that gave the Phillies more life and made this a one-run ball game. After him, it'll be Manuel Rivera. Runner on second is Jake Berger. He had a leadoff double. The 2-2 to Myers is grounded over to third. Sosa over to first in time, and there's one away. A beautiful play by Edmundo Sosa. Ground out. Berger stays over at second. There's one away in the inning now, and it will bring up Tim Anderson. Ground ball, high chopper. Sosa, his positioning, he was able to set his feet, get it over to first in time. His positioning was able to keep Berger over at second. So that's 2 big, a fundamental play there by Edmundo Sosa. There's one out here, top 7th. It'll bring up Tim Anderson. The pitch is outside for a ball, and it's 1-0. Tim Anderson has not hit a home run in a very, very long time. He's fallen off of a cliff. He used to be viewed as like the face of Major League Baseball, of the new generation of Major League Baseball. That has not happened for Anderson. 1-0 pitch to Anderson is in there for a strike, and it's 1-1. Again, I will be live later tonight as the Rangers take on the Orioles. That's at 7 o'clock Eastern time. Andrew Nardi warming up in the bullpen. He's the lefty for Miami. He recorded the win yesterday. 1-1 pitch to Tim Anderson is in the dirt, blocked by Marchand Well. We'll do it again. The count's now 2-1. Right now, Chirinos will still be in line to get a win. Suarez would still be in line to get a loss. That could easily change if the Phillies could add on here. The 2-1 pitch to Anderson is outside as 3-1. The Phillies could add on some runs that would change tremendously and would be big for the Phillies. Anderson runners in scoring position has 7 RBIs, 19 strikeouts, and batting a 173 on the season. The pitch, 3-1. Ground ball. Sosa, beautiful play. Keeps Berger at second again, and it's picked by Boehm, and there's 2 away. Sosa, some great fundamentals. Another ground out, but able to keep Berger at second, so they would need a base hit to get him in. It'll bring up Emmanuel Rivera, the man who's been able to really, he's knocked in 2 runs so far today. He's been big for the Marlins. Right now, they lead 6-5. And here comes the pitch to Rivera is outside. He's 2 for 2 today. He has a single and a double. He reached on his double to third on a Nick Castellanos fielding error earlier in the game. But Sosa, beautiful plays over there. One on Anderson, one on Myers to keep Berger at second. So the 1-0 pitch is low as 2-0. So Berger's still at second here, even though he led off the inning with the double. And even though there's been 2 groundouts, usually in that case you would advance, but he has not been able to because of the great defense by the Phillies. 2-0 is the count. Runner on second with 2 away here in the top of the 7th. 2-0 pitch is low and it's 3-0. Ali Sanchez is on deck. He's the Marlins catcher. After him, it's the top of the Marlins order, Jazz Chisholm and Otto Lopez. The 3-0 pitch from Dominguez to Rivera is in there for a strikeout. It's 3-1. Next sitting for the Phillies right now, it's scheduled to be Merrifield, Dahl, and Marchand. Andrew Nardi warming up, which would potentially remove Dahl from the game. For the Phillies, it's interesting here. I don't know really who they have on the bench who could come in to pinch hit. Obviously, they have Pache, they have Rojas. Ross, probably your best option if they do try to pitch hit for Dahl. Pitch to Rivera is in there for a strike, and now the count is full. It's a 3-2 count. Big pitch here by Serenity Dominguez. It's a sinker right in the zone. This could be the biggest pitch of this game. 3-2 to Rivera is in the dirt ball 4. He walks him. Second walk of the day for Emmanuel Rivera. He's having himself a day. Great game so far for him. That puts a runner on. 2 runners on now for Ali Sanchez, the 9-hole hitter. Obviously, again, I will be back here with a post-game recap of today's game in between the Phillies and the Marlins. I'll come out right after the game, and then I'll be back here 7 o'clock for the Rangers and the Orioles right here on Big Fan Sports, right here on YouTube. So make sure to check both of those out. Make sure to like and subscribe while you're here, too. We're on the road to 100 subscribers. Join the ride. Here comes Ali Sanchez. He's 1 for 2 today. The pitch from Dominguez is outside. Check to swing. He did, and it's a ball. It's 1-0. Open 1 is the count. I know they call it as a check swing. He went. It's 0-1. 0 was the count to Ali Sanchez. Swung at a miss, and it's 0-2. Big pitch here. Get bottom of the Phillies order due up. 7, 8, 9, and that'll be the top of the order. Sanchez is 1 for 2 today. He walked, and he has a single. He also grounded out. Has not hit an extra base hit yet with the Marlins in his short tenure. He started 3 out of the 4 games of the series. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. It was all barely on the outside. It's a ball. Sir Anthony thought that was strike 3. He was already walking off the mound. Another bad call by the home plate umpire. That was barely missed. That's actually a ball, but with how his strikes has been, it's been so inconsistent, I wouldn't be surprised that was a strike. Ramirez calls time. And Sanchez calls time. Again, Jazz Chisholm is on deck. Otto Lopez is in the hole. Be the top of the Miami order. Either due up now or due up at the beginning of the 8th inning. Berger on second. Rivera on at first. The 1-2 pitch is a ball. Oh, come on. Oh, that's bad. Thompson wants to check down at first. They won't get it, but man, that is bad. Oh, wow. They're yelling at the Phillies dugout. This home plate umpire, Nick Letts, is yelling at Rob Thompson, the Phillies dugout. Man, that is bad. That is really bad. It's been terrible all game long. It's been terrible all series long. Let's look at here. He checks his swing, but that should have been strike 3 no matter what here. There was no way that's a ball. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. And now he's going to call him out. Finally, the inning is over. Doesn't need 15 people to call strike 3. Inning's over. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. It's still 6-5. So Anthony shreds his leadoff double. The tensions are high right now down at Citizens Bank Park. The umpires have been terrible this whole series. So I wouldn't just be surprised if the Phillies don't win this game and somebody does, and it's another bad call by the umpire. I would not be surprised to see somebody get tossed from the game. Basically an audible shut up by the home plate umpire Nick Lutz to the Phillies bullpen, to the Phillies dugout. Rob Thompson and Caleb Coffin. And they have a reason to be upset. They have a reason to be pissed off. Because the umpiring this whole series, but especially today, has been very inconsistent. It's hard to, watch and get things done, with a very inconsistent umpire. That's what's happened today. For the Phillies, that's obviously not ideal. We're trying to win a game. You're down in a game. The expectations of Andrew Nardi coming in for Miami. Here in the bottom of the 7th inning. 7th inning stretch right now. Phillies trying to make something happen here. It's the bottom of the order. 7, 8, 9 due up for the Phillies here. Right now it's Whit Merrifield, David Dahl, and Rafael Marchand, but that could change depending on who comes in the game for Miami. Obviously, if it is a lefty, they might come and pull David Dahl. We'll see. But man, it's been a brutal series for the umpires. Phillies haven't been able to do much either. It'll be the bottom of the order. 7, 8, 9 for the Phillies. Whit Merrifield, David Dahl, Rafael Marchand. All 3 of them have been on base. 2 of them have been on via walks. The other one was a base hit by David Dahl. They've all struck out. Well, Merrifield struck out twice. Dahl struck out once. Nardi is coming in. He's going to face Merrifield. Here we go. It's the bottom of the 7th inning. Nardi, a 4.65 ERA, got his first win of the season yesterday. In 38 games, 31 innings, 38 strikeouts, 7 walks, 264 opponent average on the season. I have some NBA breaking news here. There is growing optimism that Paul George will be signing with the Philadelphia 76ers this offseason. Free agency obviously starts tonight. We'll be talking about it during the broadcast, the Orioles and Rangers game, so stay tuned for that later today. That's big news out of the NBA. But right now, we got a big game going on here. One of the longest games of the Phillies season so far. Obviously, there was rain expected. There's been no precipitation at all. It'll be bringing up Whit Merrifield right here. face Andrew Nardi. The first pitch is outside for a ball, and it's 0-1. 1-0. Merrifield hit by a pitch in the first inning. He's 0 for 2 besides that. He struck out twice. Average is down to a 190 on the season. The 1-0 pitch is outside, and it's 2-0. Two and 0 is the count. Nardi to Whit Merrifield is high. It's 3-0 now to Whit. Trying to get on base here, do something productive. The 3-0 pitch to Merrifield is a strike, and it's 3-1. Three and 1 is the count. David Dahl is on deck as of right now. Pitch is inside, ball 4, almost hit him. But Merrifield will get on. He draws his second walk of the game. So Merrifield will be on at first. He is the tying run here. He'll bring up David Dahl. The first pitch to Dahl is swung on and missed, and it's 0-1. Dahl 1 for 3. He singled in the third. Merrifield takes the lead. Pitch. And Dahl checks his swing. Yes, he does. He checks it, and it's 1-1 to David Dahl. Yeah, Dahl barely checks his swing there. Marchand on deck. Pitch is fouled away. It's now 1-2. Marchand on deck. The pitch high, 2-2. Dahl is ready. Nardi is ready. Runner on first. No outs in the inning. The 2-2 pitch is a fly ball. It's going to get out of play. It's a foul ball. And the count is still even at 2-2. Rafael Marchand is on deck. He's 0 for 2 today. He walked in his last at-bat. Anthony Bender is warming up in the Marlins bullpen. Would have to think he will come on and hit. He would probably come on and pitch either for probably, at this point, Turner. It's outside, and it's 3-2. A full count to David Dahl. Chance for back-to-back walks to lead off the inning. They'll bring up Marchand. He's 0 for 2 with a walk, and he scored a run in the last inning. The 3-2 pitch is outside, ball 4, and the Phillies are in business. 2 on. No out. For Rafael Marchand, a big at-bat here. The tying run is on second. The go-ahead run is on first. Marchand is 0 for 2 today. He has a walk. He's popped out and flew out. Marlins pitching coach coming out. They have Bender warming up in the pen. I would highly doubt he would come in for the lefty stop, but for Bender, it most likely would be Trey Turner here. He's due up not after these next two batters. Turner's due up. Phillies fans are starting to get rowdy here at Citizens Bank Park. They're trying to see their Phillies take a win and split this series against the Miami Marlins. Marchand 0 for 2. He walked in the 6th. He scored a run. Average is .219 on the season with 2 home runs and 4 RBIs. He had a home run on Thursday night against this Marlins team. A home run here would give the Phillies a 2-run lead. The crowd is starting to get into it here. The pitch, Marchand shows bunt. He tries to get it down. Everybody's going to be safe. Throw to first is in time, so it's a sacrifice bunt there by Marchand. It's surprising they have Marchand do that and not Garrett Stubbs, but it doesn't matter. And it'll bring up Stott with one away, 2 runners in scoring position. Marchand does his job. For a guy who doesn't usually bunt, it was a very good bunt. Did enough. Beautiful bunt right in front of home plate. It's a beautiful bunt there. There'll be 1 away, 2 runners in scoring position for Stott. The pitch in there for a strike. Whew, a brutal call on its own 1. Stott 1 for 4 today. Singled in his last at bat. A single here would at least tie the game up for the Phillies, if not give the Phillies the lead. The 0-1 pitch to Stott is fouled away, and it's 0-2. Crowd starting to get into it. Trey Turner on deck. Infield playing in. So it'd be a big strikeout. Bryson Stott hit a grand slam against Nardi last year. The pitch, high for a ball. The iconic moment during last year's National League Wildcard Series, Game 2, made a 7-0 lead for the Phillies. It was a grand slam for Bryson Stott to left field, to right field. Base hit here would be another iconic moment and give the Phillies a lead. The 1-2 pitch to Stott is high and it's 2-2. Trey Turner on deck, the birthday boy. Alec Boehm is in the hole. Marlins would most likely go to Bender if we get that far in this inning. 2-2 pitch from Nardi to Stott. Stott, deep drive. It's not deep enough. Coming in is Myers. He makes the catch. Merrifield thought about tagging up. He doesn't tag up. He was going to be gone if he was. Great play by Myers. Might have saved this game. There's 2 away. Frustrating day for Stott. Many hard hit balls and nothing to show for it. Probably going to be a fly out there. F9 for Stott. Myers came in and charged that ball hard and made the catch. It was a nice catch by Myers. And it's a bullet to the plate on a hop as Sanchez corralled it. So that's going to be it. Here comes Schumacher out of the pen. It will be Anthony Bender coming into the game for the Marlins. He will face the birthday boy, Trey Turner. As we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. It is 6-5 Marlins. The tying run is 90 feet away. The go-ahead run is 180 feet away. Alec Boehm would be on deck for the Phillies. Here we go. Big moment here. We're going to have pitching change here. So get some scores around the major leagues. Yankees and the Blue Jays are in the top of the 8th there. 8-1 Yankees. Astros and the Mets are in a rain delay. The game is now tied. It looks like they're going to the 8th inning. So the Mets have come back. They were down. Actually going extra innings now. They're down. If they were down early, they were able to hold in. They're now in a rain delay. Brewers are up 7-1 against the Cubs. The Royals 4-0 over the Guardians. The White Sox and Rockies are tied in the bottom of the 9th inning. The Cardinals lead the Reds 2-0. The Giants and the Dodgers getting started. The Tigers and the Angels are also getting started. The Twins and the Mariners are about to get started. And obviously tonight I will be live when the Rangers and the Orioles take on each other. The Rays beat the Nationals 5-0. The Red Sox beat the Padres 4-1. The Pirates beat the Braves 4-2. A's, D-backs getting started top first. Here we go. Bender on the mound against Trey Turner. He struck out in his last 2 at-bats. A single would give the Phillies the lead. First pitch is right down the middle. A sweeper, 86 miles an hour for a strike, and it's 0-1. Turner 2 for 4 today. 2 singles, 2 strikeouts. He scored a run. Batting at .328 on the season. 0-1 pitch to Turner. Is outside, and it's a ball, and it's 1-1. Almost got away. From Bender. From Sanchez, the catcher. It was way outside. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Turner, base hit. 1 run's going to score. Dahl's going to come through and score. The Phillies have come back and taken the lead. What a comeback from the Phillies. They were down, but they were never out. Trey Turner comes through. He ends up on second. It's a single. He advances on the throw. It is 7-6 Phillies. The crowd erupts at Citizens Bank Park. The Phillies were down 6-2. They looked like they were out. Trey Turner, the birthday boy, comes through. It's 7-6 Phillies here in the bottom of the 7th inning. The Phillies have come all the way back. It'll be Alec Boehm, the pitch. In there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Boehm is also 2 for 4, single and a 2-run home run. Could add on here to a Phillies lead, an improbable Phillies lead. They were down 7-6. They've come all the way back. They were down 6-2. Pitch to Boehm is fouled away, and it's 0-2. They were down 6-2. They've come all the way back. It's now 7-6. This crowd is back into this ball game. Trey Turner leads off of second. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss. Boehm on a pitch that was in the other batter's box, but doesn't matter. Trey Turner comes through on his birthday and gives the Phillies a 7-6 lead. We go to the top of the 8th inning in a 7-6 ball game. Phillies have taken the lead. Everyone thought they were dead in the water, but Trey Turner comes through and gives the Phillies a chance in this ball game. The Phillies have come all the way back. They were 2 for 12 with runners in scoring position before that. It doesn't matter now. So the Phillies are right back in this ball game. They looked dead in the water for the majority of this game. They weren't able to get runners in scoring position. They weren't playing great baseball, but now here we are, and they are right back in this ball game. And it's going to be Gregory Soto coming in for the Phillies. It'll be against the top of the Marlins order. Jazz Chisholm, Otto Lopez, and Brian De La Cruz. The ones who've done the most damage against the Phillies in this series alone. The Phillies can get through this area. They might be on their way to getting a series split with Miami. It's the top of the 8th inning. The crowd has come alive. Rafael Marchand, the biggest play that's not going to be talked about in this game, a bunt to move the runner into scoring position, to move the 2 runners into scoring position, and then Trey Turner finished the job with a base hit. It's a big-time plays by the Phillies. As we go to the top of the 8th, a strike 1 to Soto, and it's 0-1. Strike 1 from Soto, it's 0-1. Chisholm 1 for 4 today. Also reached base on an error. It's swing on a miss, it's 0-2. Slider at 87 miles an hour. Would be huge if Soto could go 1-2-3 here. Comes the 0-2 pitch from Soto to Chisholm. A swung on and missed, strike 3. There's 1 away. Here in the 8th inning, a strikeout by Gregory Soto, the 4th Phillies strikeout of the game. There's one away. And it will bring up Otto Lopez. Even though it's not a series win for the Phillies, if they hold on to win this game, it would do a lot for the momentum of this team. The pitch to Lopez is in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Lopez is 0 for 3 today. He reached base once, and that was on interference in the 4th inning. Comes the 0-1 pitch to Lopez. Hit the opposite way. Castellanos is under it, 2 away. It'll bring up Brian De La Cruz. He's had the biggest hits in this series. He had a home run today. He had a game-tying double back on Thursday. Phillies try to avoid a dagger from him. As De La Cruz comes up, he's 2 for 4 today. Single home run. He scored 2 runs today. He has a RBI as well. His average on the season is a .242. The pitch is outside for a ball sinker at 99 miles an hour by Soto, and it's 1-0. Okay, after just tuning in 7-6 Phillies, the Phillies were down 6-2 and came all the way back to take the lead in this ball game. It's 7-6. The ball is low. It's 2-0 now to De La Cruz. Josh Bell is on deck. He had an RBI in the 1st inning. Soto is ready. Marchand at the spot. 2-0 pitch. Swung on and missed, and it's 2-1 now. For the Phillies next inning, at the bottom of the 8th, it will be Brandon Marsh, Nick Castellanos, and Edmundo Sosa coming up to hit for the Phillies. And now they're focused on this. The 2-1 pitch to De La Cruz is low, and it's 3-1. Do not want to let it go here. Have to find a way to get De La Cruz out and then focus on Bell, Berger, and Myers in the top of the 9th inning with either Hoffman, Alvarado, or potentially Strom. The pitch swung on and missed, and it's 3-2. De La Cruz swings through it. Gregory Soto looking for a 1-2-3 inning. This calls time De La Cruz. Phillies fans are getting into it. Down at Citizens Bank Park. De La Cruz steps into the box. Soto is ready on the mound. The 3-2 pitch to De La Cruz. Swung on and missed. Strike 3, and the inning is over. What a job by Gregory Soto. A 1-2-3 inning. And the Phillies are 3 outs away from a great comeback and winning this ball game. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th. It's 7-6 Phillies. What a job by Gregory Soto. He's fired up. The fans are fired up. Everyone is fired up. What an inning by Gregory Soto. So it'll be Marsh, Castellanos, and Sosa up for the Phillies here. The 4, 5, 6 hitters right now for the Phillies. Unsure if the Marlins are going to bring in a reliever or not here. Man, he has been incredible. Gregory Soto has been able to find a way to get outs at times. It's been tough. It's not always been pretty, but Soto has always been able to show up and find a way to get outs. His ERA of the season has gone down to a 3.76. Last 7 games, he hasn't allowed a run. Last 15 games, he's allowed one. His ERA is 1.46. That's how good he has been. But now here comes the Phillies offense trying to add on. Trey Turner came through with a clutch single. Soto has not allowed a run in his last 8 appearances. He's only allowed 3 hits over his last 8 appearances. That's how good he has been recently. So the Phillies looking to finish this up. They'll come up to hit here, and then they'll give it off to either Hoffman, Alvarado, probably either one of those two. Could be Matt Strom. I don't know the level of trust they have with him. He's had, a little rocky time recently. Anthony Bender's going to stay in for Miami. He's going to stay in and try to finish this inning so Miami doesn't have to reuse any more relievers. This will be Rob Thompson's 110th win if the Phillies do come back and take this game. The first pitch to Marsh is in there for a strike very high, but they call it a strike, and it's 0-1. Phillies are off to Chicago. The Marlins are going back home to take on Boston. Pitch to Marsh is a ground ball base hit. Brandon Marsh is on base. Leadoff single here in the bottom of the 8th inning. So Phillies offense looks to add on here. I'll bring up Nick Castellanos, who's 3 for 4 today. 2 RBIs. He's come through big time for the Phillies today. Also has a double. On deck is Sosa. Castellanos now batting a .229 on the season. 42 RBIs for Nick. The pitch is fouled away into foul territory. And it's 0-1. Jeff Hoffman warming up in the Phillies bullpen. He's going to come in and close it out. The 0-1 pitch. Bender, Castellanos up the middle, base hit. Marsh is going to charge. He might be going for third. He is. There will be no throw, and the Phillies have runners on the corners and no outs. They're trying to make sure Hoffman doesn't need to come in for a save. The Phillies are rolling right now. Nick Castellanos, a 4-hit ball game. And it will bring up Edmundo Sosa. He struck out in his only plate appearance today, but his defense was much bigger than his offense. As the Phillies look to make a win here, a come from behind win, I would say an improbable win from how they started. Infield is playing halfway for Sosa. The pitch outside for a ball, and it's 1-0. Sinker 95 miles an hour from Bender. Sosa bagged a .272 on the season, 5 home runs, 20 RBIs. Got 0 for 1 today. The 1-0 pitch from Bender to Sosa is down the line foul. And it's 1-1. Shadows creeping into left field as Citizens Bank Park get later and later into the Sunday afternoon. Reminder for everybody watching, I will be live at 7 o'clock when the Rangers take on the Orioles. So make sure to stay tuned for that. And make sure to stay tuned for the post-game recap of today's Phillies-Marlins game. It's a pop-up. Coming in is Myers. Going out is Lopez. Myers comes in. He makes the catch. Marsh will stay at third. So it'll be 1 out. And it will bring up Whit Merrifield. Trying to come through here. He hasn't done anything this whole season. He comes through here. It would extend the Phillies' lead. He's 0 for 2 today. He walked. He was also hit by a pitch. He scored a run in the last inning, which tied the game up for the Phillies. Marsh on third, Castellanos on first. The pitch, Merrifield shows bunt. It's outside for a ball. It's 1-0. 1 out here in the 8th. Runner on third, runner on first. David Dahl on deck. This Merrifield's getting set in the box. The 1-0 pitch, he shows bunt again. He pulls it back. There's a strike. Thompson giving him the sides. As Merrifield gets ready. He showed his pitch. It would have been hard to get a good bunt down. So it's good that he pulled back. Corners are in. Third base is in. Breaker guarding first. Infield is in as well. The 1-1 pitch to Merrifield is fouled back to the screen, and it's 1-2. So Berger is holding Castellanos on over at first. Anderson and Lopez are playing in. So is Rivera. Runner on third, runner also on first. 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th inning. It's 7-6 Phillies have come back. The 1-2 pitch to Merrifield is swung on a miss. He got him strike 3. Merrifield for the 3rd time today retired on strike. Suspender's 2nd strikeout. There's 2 away now. And it will bring up David Dahl. Base hit come through, and the Phillies would have an extra insurance run to work with. Obviously, the bullpen has not been great recently. Would be huge if somebody could come through and get an extra run on the board for the Phillies. Sanchez coming out, giving a pitch, and Nick Lentz talking. There's 1 mound visit remaining. They're going to count as a mound visit here. Lentz and Schumacher arguing a little from the dugout to home plate. Not happy that they counted that as a mound visit. Here we go. Now it's good. They're going to call it an automatic ball. So it's 1-0. Pitch is low, and it's 2-0. A gift, 2 back-to-back gifts to the Phillies. A pitch clock violation and then a ball that should have been called a strike. And it's now 2-0. Comes the 2-0 pitch to Dahl. Swung on a miss inside, and it's 2-1. That would have been ball 3. Dahl, 1 for 3 today. He singled, he struck out, and he walked in his last at-bat. He also scored the go-ahead run in today's game for the Phillies. The 2-1 pitch from Bender to David Dahl. It's a ground ball foul, and it's 2-2. Right, Dahl getting ready. 2 on with 2 out, 2-2 count in a 1-run ball game. Pitch is outside. Castellanos steals a base. Look at Nick Castellanos with some wheels. Back-to-back 2 stolen bases in the series. Look at Casty go. And now there will be 2 on with 2 out, 2 run scoring position. So a base hit would tie the game up. Well, no, we'll give the Phillies a 3-run lead here. The 3-2 pitch is fouled away, and we'll do it again. Another 3-2. 2 outs in the inning, bottom of the 8th. Dahl fighting away, trying to come through here. Bender ready. This will be his 23rd pitch of the at-bat, 21st pitch of the day. The 3-2 is a called strike 3 looking, and the inning is over. So we'll go to the 9th inning. The Phillies have had 20 comeback wins this season. This would be number 21. Jeff Hoffman coming out of the bullpen, trying to close this one down. Phillies were down 6-2. This would be one of the better comebacks of the season if they come back and win this ball game here on a Sunday afternoon. And again, I will be back here tonight, 7 o'clock. Phillies, the Rangers, and the Orioles. I will be live at 7. I will also be back for post-game coverage here, and that will be in about 30 minutes after the end of this game. So make sure to stay tuned for both of those. Phillies are off to Chicago for a 3-game series after this. Hopefully that was the last at-bat the Phillies have had to take today. So here we go. It will be Hoffman out of the bullpen. He came in on Thursday, gave up a run. Hopefully he could come through here and finish the job for the Phillies. Phillies have come all the way back. They've had 20 come from behind victories this season. They've not come back from a deficit bigger than 2 runs, though, this season. They've trailed the Marlins today by 4 runs. They are now 3 outs away, 3 Jeff Hoffman outs away from getting a win and getting a come-from-behind victory against the Marlins. 3 outs away. That's all the Phillies need. So again, it'll be Jeff Hoffman. He's most likely going to be going down to Texas for the All-Star game in a couple weeks with a lot of Phillies. Josh Bell, Jake Berger, and Dean Myers will be the hitters for Miami. 1.31 ERA for Hoffman this season. The pitch. Fly ball, it's high. It's sky high. Castellanos is out. He's under it. It tailed on him, but he makes the catch. There's one away. Scary real quick. There's one away. A fly out. Phillies are 2 outs away from winning this ball game. That was tailing on Castellanos, but he was able to make the catch. Phillies are 2 outs away. It's a big comeback behind victory. The Phillies can knock it down. Suarez did not have his best stuff, but the bullpen has been incredible today. They have not allowed a run. The pitch to Berger is in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Dean Myers on deck. Berger's 1 for 4 today. Ground ball. Turner deep in the hole. Over to first. On a pick, and Bohm was not able to pick it. Right in his glove. A beautiful throw by Turner. Bohm didn't pick it. It'll be another error on the Phillies. Berger reaches base and will bring up Dean Myers. I'm guessing that would most likely be an E3 on Bohm. It'll be a second error of the game. On one hop, Bohm just couldn't pick it. Right in his glove. He just could not come up with it. So it'll be Bohm's second error of the game. They'll bring a pinch runner on for Berger. They'll bring up Jesus Sanchez is going to come in and pinch hit for the Marlins. This season, 2 RBIs pinch hitting. 2 RBIs here gives Miami the lead. The first pitch from Hoffman to Sanchez is in the dirt, blocked by Marchand. Kept it in front of him, which is big. Sanchez thinks that might have almost hit him. It was close, but Marchand blocked it. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Hoffman is ready. The 1-0 to Jesus Sanchez. Popped up. Coming in is Merrifield. 2 away. And the Phillies are 1 out away from their best come-from-behind win of the season. And the Dal Brujan is the pinch runner on first for Jake Berger. It'll be Tim Anderson. Anderson has not hit a home run in over a year. All the Phillies need to do is keep that streak extended, and we will be seeing high hopes tonight. The pitch to Anderson is in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. The bullpen has been absolutely incredible today. 4 1/3 innings pitch has not allowed a single run after a tough outing by Ranger Suarez. Hoffman ready, runner on first. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Anderson swings on and misses, and it's 0-2. They stand at Citizens Bank Park. Phillies 1 strike away from winning this ball game. One of the best come-from-behind victories of the season. Hoffman checks on Brujan at first. Anderson ready in the box. The 0-2 pitch is checks his swing. He does. He holds it. It's 1-2. Gotta wait one more pitch. Phillies were down in this game. They've come all the way back. Now they're one strike away from their best win on the season. The 1-2 pitch to Anderson is fouled away. And we'll do it again. This will be Hoffman's 10th pitch of the game. Looking for another save on the season. Brujan ran. He was going to steal. Hoffman is ready. The 1-2 pitch to Anderson. Swung on and missed, and the Phillies come from behind and take the finale of this 4-game series against the Miami Marlins. They come from behind and win the game 7-6. What a win for the Phillies. They were down by 4, 6-2, but they find a way to come and get a win. Doesn't matter the errors. It's the largest come from behind victory of the season. The Phillies will be going to Chicago on a winning streak. It's their 55th win on the season. They are now 55-29. The Phillies take the finale of the series. They get a split with the Marlins, and it might have been one of the hardest splits you'll ever see happen. Trey Turner comes through with a big hit. Nick Castellanos with a 4-hit game. The bullpen shows up. What a game for the Phillies. Thank you for watching the stream. I'll be live again in about 2.5 hours, so make sure to tune in for that. Post game coming up soon. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you a little bit later.